Backdrop, that has Hollywood stunned.
Yes, Malone can use the diamond cutter. And look at Goldberg. He's ready.
Here's Bonez.
Okay, that's part one. Now finish him off. Finish him off.
He's calling for it.
This is it. This is it. Your career's on the line here. Do it. Do it. His place will erupt when he picks him up.
He's got him up. Oh, hell yeah. 1, 2, 3.
Thank you. We've got a new heavyweight champion.
Climb the ladder, kid. Make yourself famous. I just had an out-of-body experience. What did we just see? What did we just see?
He got him in a power slam! He got him in a power slam! He got it! Simmons got it! Simmons has won the match! Simmons is a champion!
I've always maintained that reality is for people who can't face drugs.
Shit is about to get real.
You'll get to see your knee deep.
Look at the stare of the champion against the challenger.
And now, Straight Talk Society presents Wrestling with Reality.
The following announcement has been paid for by the New World Order.
It's going to be the biggest battleground in the history of our sport. The biggest match in pro wrestling history.
The two biggest superstars in our sport with the biggest event the sport has ever seen. The biggest match in the history of our sport.
Let's go and go here. Enough is enough. That's enough. No! Stop it! Bam! That's tougher than a $2 steak. Who is your daddy? Who's your daddy, Undertaker? Slam! Slam! Who's your daddy? Lucifer slips on the biggest times in the WWE. Somebody stop this! Somebody stop the damn man! Enough's enough! What? The irresistible force meeting the immovable object. WWE Dynamite.
Ladies and gentlemen, may I have your attention, please? It's time. Let's rock.
I can't do it. We'll do it live.
So to escape from reality?
We'll do it live. Fuck it.
I am reality.
Do it live. I'll write it and we'll do it live.
Oh, it's live, Hal. Sorry.
Oh, I never could get enough of that. What's up, Straight Talk Society? This is your host, Trevor, and with the co-host with the most, producer extraordinaire, Van Cat, and we are back with another episode of Wrestling with Reality. What's going on, Van Cat?
That's right. What's going on, Trevor?
We're gonna do it live, baby.
That's right.
Hey, St. Louis, I don't know if you're still in the chat, but like when you drop comments in the chat, you have to stick around long enough to hear me respond to them. Oh, you are still there. Yeah, I have no problem with that. Our debate season is going into the championship, so whenever I find out what day they're going to set that up, then we'll make that happen, because I know you and Jansen got some beef going on, and I'll be happy to facilitate and fix that. So speaking of debate, let me just get this out real quick. I tried to go live earlier, but I just got home, so I can't even I couldn't go live how I wanted to earlier to address the debate from last night. So I didn't bring it home, obviously, for the Straight Talk Society, but after having almost 24 hours to ponder on it, and again, like I told Angel and Solar, I'm not making any MD, you're right, that intro hard as hell. MD, I'm gonna drop the link. Let me drop the link now. So you want to hop on? We might have a busy panel tonight. So you want to hop on? Come on aboard. So I admit, I accept the fact that I lost. I don't blame the judging. I don't blame anything else. I blame myself for not capitalizing on things that I should have capitalized on. I thought my premise and position was good enough to beat him. But I admit that he got me good in the rapid fire round, which is why we call him the rapid fire king. He is the rapid fire king. I absolutely do not agree with his position. I think it's a horrible position to have as a black man, but a lot of times in debates, it's not whose position is right, who presents it better. So what I am gonna do though, because y'all always know I'm in wrestler mode. Y'all please go check out that debate last night on Solar Vision Debate League. I think we tore the house down as far as just a debate. And then on the post show, I think I had one of the most candid moments and human moments ever, on a post debate show, because I just said exactly how I felt. But we do the wrestling show. I love pro wrestling. I am a wrestler who just hasn't wrestled. So I'm going to use this as fuel for the fire for next season. So going forward into season 6 of SVDL, this will now be known as Trevor's Cody's Quest, where I have to finish the story.
And that's the best way to do it. Instead of just get it from the beginning.
Story. Like,
yep.
I mean,
earn that.
So because I know Venkat always talking about, oh, Cody didn't deserve to beat Roman because he didn't earn it and everything like that. But now when he wins it, it's going to mean so much more. Last night was such a humbling experience. And then to be on the panel earlier with Yanga and Domo came on the channel, I'm like, damn, I always said that Domo was just the best debater ever that I've heard. Because that's what he does. He's a debater. He teaches debate, stuff like that. But he never won the championship. Rio and Blue finally in the championship. They've been there 5 seasons. They're just now getting to the championship round. But here I am. I created this character and I just went full blast. And I said that I'm going to buck all the norms as never having a debate ever before. I'm still going to find my way in the championship, and it didn't happen. So no hard feelings, definitely not the Blue. I mean, Blue, it was honored debating Blue because, it lets me know now what to look forward to. I see MD on the panel. And like I said earlier, like everybody know the respect that I have for MD. I am going to start not patterning my delivery like him, but I'm going to start patterning my style after him. Just that direct, don't give him nothing extra, because I felt like last night I went into information overload because because I'm the one that asked for the extra time. I asked for an extra 3 minutes. And so Solar gave us an extra 5 minutes. So just made a 15-minute premise. And I took that time to just go into information overload to a point where even with the 15-minute premise, I was still rushing. It should have never been, that should have never happened. I had questions that I knew I was going to ask him. And in the rapid fire round, I got so flustered that I said something that I wasn't supposed to, and he picked up on it. And that's where he got me. Like, so, it is what it is. I was pissed last night, but today is all good. It's a learning experience. I loved it though. It was fun. Like I say, my wife and my daughter told me how proud they were. I think the biggest moment was that my mom actually watched it. Like, I couldn't believe that my mom was in the chat commenting in the chat on YouTube. I'm like, how friggin' surreal is that my mom is watching me debate on YouTube? So I just felt so honored and happy about that. But y'all still not going to shut me up. We still going full throttle. But until season 6 starts, Straight Talk Society is where it's at, and we're going to load these things up. Venkat, I'm going to get with you over the weekend because I got to get you admin on the StreamYard, because when you guys do your political show, like I said, there's no way in the hell I'm going to be able to control that show, because I know you like to do all the slides, and I can't do it. I'm sorry, I can't do it. So
that's cool.
I got to get you in here so you could do your own presentation and that. Because for me to sit here and you be like, Trevor, go to that side, go to that. Nah, hell no, it's hard enough doing it on this. So that was last night. It's all good. This is Wednesday, Wrestling with Reality, and we're going to talk about some good old-fashioned wrestling. But before we get into it, I'm curious to know what Venkat and MD, well, I heard MD, but what Venkat thought about the debate last night. And everybody that's watching, please make sure and hit that like button. I see it's 10 of you in the building right now. Please make sure and hit that like, share, and subscribe button. Thank you.
Oh, yep. Yesterday's debate, I was working, and when I got home, I fell asleep, but I did catch the last 3 rounds or so. And I had the same feeling like from the Rio debate, where I felt like you were doing things that you should win, and that you would your position I felt was the right position. But then like there was just a time when it just like kind of fell off. I guess that was the
rapid fire.
Rapid fire, yeah. Because I even looked at the time. I remember seeing like 3 or 4 minutes left, and you were ended, and I'm like, oh my God. I don't know what's gonna happen there. And then there were moments where you sound conciliatory, like you sounded like you're like, no matter what happens, I'm good. But I think that the game was still on, and maybe you should have kept, pushing. So there was a point where it kind of like let it down. I think when I listened to Angel in the post show, she said the rapid fire round is what like legitimized her vote. So even then, that lets you know before that round, it would have been any man's game. I felt, but I think you're always right there, and that's actually exceptional because you're not a debater. You haven't done this before, and to be this solid going all the way towards almost the end, that's damn good, man. So I think next year you're definitely a threat now. I think you're on everybody's radar if you wasn't there before. So it's good, all good, man.
MD, let me ask you a question. Do you know, and Solar and Angel, I know they'll do a stream in the off season, but do you know what rounds are like weighted more? You understand what I'm saying? Because if we're solid, if we're neck and neck in the opening, but I feel my premise is always the best, but one person's premise is superior to the other. Rebuttal round kind of a wash, but then one person dominates in the rapid fire round, and then closing, I mean, like whatever. What I mean, you've been in this situation. What wins that debate? Like, what do you know? Like, you know what I mean?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, you good.
Okay. So from what I understand, like the rapid fire and the rebuttal rounds are the most important rounds based on you're attacking that, it's one-on-one at that point. You're attacking the position, whereas the opening and the premise is you basically stating your claim, you know what I mean? So from what Angel and Solar told me, like the rapid fire and the rebuttal rounds are, they're watching them closely. As far as like, can that put you ahead? The rapid fire can obviously put you ahead because that's you face-to-face debunking a position. You know what I mean? But it all depends on how solid of a stance you can come with on your opening and your premise. You know what I mean?
Okay, let's go to that then, because when you debated Dembele the second time, I thought you clearly mopped him, but the judging didn't see it that way because they again say that his rebuttal was better. Like, I'm like, MD's position was so solid. I mean, it's questions because, like I said, I get new items and I never read the manual. I never read the instruction manual. So there's a rule book somewhere and I didn't read it. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I mean, I just came in here so anxious and full of piss and vinegar that I just jumped in and did it. So I don't know what's weighted more as far as position and things like that, but I'm pretty sure Angel and Solar will do it, because even with you, when you lost to Dembele in the playoffs, you were pissed because you were like, wait a minute, I presented this, and this, and all he did was philosophize and you lost. So
I won.
No, you lost in the playoffs.
I won.
Well, yeah.
I lost, but I won.
He did a Stone Cold WrestleMania.
Yeah, because
but that's another story.
Yeah, Mike. And again, though, like we ain't disparaging the league. We just saying I know Solar and Angel won't come up here on this because it just wouldn't be a good look as far as coming up on active debaters while the season is going on. So I get that. That's no issue. It's just us talking. But like I said, it's all good with me. Like I'm just going to use it for fuel because I pretty much got all 5 of my debates lined up already for next season. So and we're a couple of months away from the season. So I mean, it's all good. So last question before we get in the show, who you think's gonna and Mike, the link is in the chat too. Because I need to hear you on the CM Punk stuff if you're available. Who you got in the championship?
I've never seen this matchup before, so it's hard for me to it's hard for me to pick one. And plus, I got to see what they're gonna come up with as far as the title. You know what I mean? Again, like I said in Yanga's stream, it's one fast, slick talking Negro versus a slow, slick talking Negro. That's how I look at it. You know what I mean?
So
one is hard to catch up with. One you trying to walk around to figure out like what's his angle. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
By the time you done circle them 5 times, you don't even know what's going on no more. But we'll see. It's gonna be an excellent debate.
Did you
I'm
hear?
pretty sure of that.
So did you hear the end? Uh-oh, Mike. Yeah, Mike. Yeah, get that mic fixed.
Okay, damn. I thought that was me. My bad.
Nah, that was Mike. Did you hear the end of Did you hear the end of Yanga's stream?
No, I didn't because I had to get loaded. So that's why I left out. So I ain't get to hear the rest of it.
So because Domo was on for a while and everything, but Blue dropped a hint of what they may be debating about.
What did he say?
I don't know, man. Like I think like after what we've been doing, this one might be a little hard. He's gonna have to defend his doctrine. Basically, he's gonna finally have to defend the doctrine, and I think he worded it as far as like he's gonna have to defend Whoopi Goldberg as a representation of STEM.
Yeah. Hey, so the Battle of Blackland, I would love to see it.
Yeah. So what Yanga was saying was like Rio's gonna have to defend Jesus versus, and I think that was Yanga just imposing that. I don't think that was really said, but Blue was saying that he's gonna have to finally defend the representation of Whoopi Goldberg as the face of STEMia. I want to hear the title of that one because that's gonna be like crazy as hell.
Yeah, like I said, man, I'm for me to get an accurate interpretation of who I want to go with, I got to see the face off. You know what I'm saying? I got to see the face off because, like I said, this has never been done. So it's hard. They got similar styles in terms of how they get around stuff. One just does it fast, the other one does it slow. You know what I'm saying? So it's gonna be interesting, man. It's gonna be interesting. But I will say before you get started, man, like I said, great debate. I think had you would have kept it simple, it would have been easy win. Because like I said, his Blue's position was trash. I'm gonna just keep it a buck. It was trash, bro. Like the numbers that he was coming with was so minuscule. You know what I'm saying? You can't. Come on, bro. Come on, but like I said, man, hey, there goes the experience. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Experience always the best teacher, because I was when I asked him what's 1 million, what's the percentage 1 million, what's the percentage of
that
that
was a kill
41 million, and he didn't know it. And then when I said
that was a kill shot.
Oh crap! Speaking of, hey, you conjure him up. Rio is in the chat. MVP, 3-time MVP. Hey, I'm gonna still talk my crap. To hell with that. Rio escaped this work.
Yeah.
You better thank Blue, Rio.
Now, like I was saying, Trevor, that was the kill shot. So just think, had you would have pondered or harped on that position the whole debate, that would have been the dagger. You know what I'm saying? And that was the rapid fire round. He can't get around that. He can't get around those numbers. You know what I'm saying?
Can I ask a question?
Yeah, go ahead, Mike. Mike, your mic still sound kind of messed up, but yeah, you
sorry, I had to put on 95. I'm like,
yeah, we can't hear you, Mike. I know you on the way home, so we'll still be on. Hey, Rio,
right, I'll holler back when I get home.
All right. Hey, Rio, if you want to hop on, man, the link is in the chat, man. We're gonna get to the show, but Rio I think this is Rio's first time over at the society. So, when the MVP is in the building, you wanna give him his flowers. But yeah, I'm even with the Rio debate, like, because I play a lot of stuff back in my head, and I'm like, man, I know I was beating Rio going into that rebuttal round, and it was the fact that I gave up those 5 minutes, and then and so people will tell me Yango was like, oh no, he still would have beat you. No, he wouldn't, because I was heading to getting a perfect round in the rebuttal had I not given up the 5 minutes, and that would have put me above him. So that's what I'm saying, man. These debates are so, it's crazy, man. But Rio got too much damn swag, and I think we get caught up in this whole aura and everything like that, man. But it's crazy. I'm just upset that speak of the man, 3-0 Rio.
Hey, what's good, man? Peace to the Straight
Rio?
Talk Society. What's up, man? Peace to the panel. What's good, y'all?
Can't call it. It's all you, man. You what's up, man? First time in 5 seasons. It's 5 seasons, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
What's that feeling like?
Man, to be honest.
Oh man, now you breaking up. Come on, Rio. Rio, and he not muted.
Out here living lives, we trying to get to you.
Yeah, he fell out. Something probably going on with his mic. Yeah, but I don't know. Yeah, but Rio, the link is in the chat, man. So whenever you want to hop back on. All right, so let's so tonight's show we're gonna just do a quick news around the industry. Zay and Bonez supposed to be hopping on, as well as another dude, to cover NXT. But I mainly want to focus on the independent show that we went to last weekend, and I'm gonna keep that. I'm gonna do that at the end. So the first thing we're gonna do is let's talk about let Mike explain this pic. Mike, you there? Explain this picture to me.
Can you even hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. This y'all savior, Mike.
Bro, you saw what I put when this was in the chat. You saw what I put. That's insane. All I can say is the man was injured. The man was injured, and he couldn't. I mean, he could have rode a bike, but golly.
Triple H was injured, and he came back better than ever.
That's y'all savior, Mike. That's
who let you out the room, Van Cat? I thought we already had a discussion.
Yeah, my bad. Hey,
we put
Trevor,
you in the room from last time.
Oh, you back, Rio?
Yeah. I had a call came through, man. It kind of threw me off or whatever, man.
What was your question again, bro? My bad
Yeah,
about that.
yeah, real quick, man, because you popped up on the wrestling show. But while you're here, I want to just get your thoughts. You've been in the league for 5 seasons, and you finally
Yeah.
made it to the championship. Now, well, you've been in the conference finals before.
Yeah, I've been in the conference final before. Yeah. It's just like honestly, bro, at this point, I didn't put in so much work, put in, since we started going by numbers and Solar kind of started using the format where we go by averages and numbers. Man, I've been putting so many numbers up consistently. At this point, bro, honestly, man, I'm calm, bro. Like I'm excited, but at the same time, it's just like, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm here. Like it's a proven science. Like I'm sure of my weapons. I know what I do. I know how I come. So it's like this is what I've been working for. So I'm just staring at the trophy right now. Be honest with you, bro. I'm just waiting. You know what I'm saying? I'm just waiting, bro. Like, you know, it's
All right,
like
so
if you
I heard I Blue was on Yanga did a stream earlier and Blue was on there and he kind of I guess he broke some news. He said that y'all pretty much got a debate where he's gonna have to defend Whoopi Goldberg as an image of Stemia. Was that him just talking or what?
I haven't heard anything about it as far as me and him having talked now. As far as what he's getting it from, this is from an earlier in the year conversation we had on Black Sun channel, and we was kind of talking about Whoopi Goldberg and some things I found out about her as far as questioning do she even qualify to be the face of STEMIA based on her past history, based on her own views concerning her own blackness and things of that nature. But it was never a solidified debate. We were just kind of like, chopping it up in the conversation. But if he want that debate, we definitely can have a conversation about that. I definitely ain't running from that topic. You know what I'm saying? I believe the evidence speaks for itself. I believe that, as far as her qualifications, and this is all subjective. This type of debate is subjective. So this is what he feel like she represent. He's probably gonna go with self-hatred, the things that I can bring up. He's probably gonna come with she did all of this because of self-hatred. My whole point would be you can't tell a woman that's clearly moving in a certain way as for who she chooses to love, who she chooses to be with, the fact she changed her name. You can't mark that off as an example of self-hatred versus a person's own personal prerogative of what she chooses to do. If she like to swirl, then that's what she like to do. If she like interracial relationships, that's what she like to do. You can't write that off as self-hatred if this is her personal choice and that's how she chooses to enjoy and love her life. I think that's what a debate will, you know what I'm saying? That's the battleground. If that's what he want to do, I'm all for it.
So let me ask you this, because I've been watching SVDL since 2020. And with that, you get linked up to other channels like the Argument League and other channels like that. You and Blue have a history. Like I've seen some battle raps between you guys. Like,
yeah.
I mean, as much as you want to give us, just touch on the history.
I'm transparent, bro.
Huh?
Yeah, I'm transparent. You know what I'm saying? You can ask me anything, bro.
Yeah, just give us because real quick, like we just this ain't the interview. We just I'm showing my fans how easy I could just flip in and out of mode. So,
for sure.
Real quick, you and Blue, like I watched the battle rap with the two of y'all on Vortex battle rap league, and I mean Blue, I love you, man, but he washed you, man, like
absolutely
real destroyed you, man, and
absolutely.
Hell, since we on the battle rap thing, you're a battle rapper also.
Absolutely. Professional.
And you're a preacher.
Not right now at this point in time. I've been to like a sabbatical, but it is within my repertoire. I was one for maybe 12, 13 years straight. But I haven't been active maybe like the last 2 or 3 years.
So how much of the battle rap persona goes into the debates?
Honestly, bro, it just all depends. Like I made a decision like to try to help Solar, like, you know what I'm saying, as far as using whatever celebrity I gained from that particular area of my life. When folks Google me and they pull it up on YouTube, the algorithm, I just changed my name to reflect that. So a lot of people that watch, even I had some folks that watched last night, that was hitting me up about they enjoyed the debate that don't even watch that particular type of content that may be my fans from battle rap, but just trying to merge both lanes to do my part to help bring some more traction. Now, when it comes to the debating thing, it's really all the same, man. It's just competition. You know what I'm saying? It all involved the same type of determination, the same type of mental focus, the same hunger. I'm still trying to take my opponent head off. I'm still trying to pick apart and find any chink in his armor. So the only difference is one of us is in a poetry format and the other one is in a more structured premise, opening. You know what I'm saying? But it's all the same thing, really, in my opinion.
So back to the heat with you and Blue. I mean, because some of those raps got kind of. So what's give me the short version of what's the history between you guys?
Short version, demo version is like this. When I came into the league, you got to understand what we're talking about. This is a black conscious community. It's overpopulated with people that believe in Egyptology, Black Power, the Muslim community, the NOI, 5%ers. They view these things, these catchphrases, goddess, a shade, these little trigger words is dominated with that type of energy. So here I come, a black man that's not afraid to say I'm a Christian, talking about God or talking about Jesus. I automatically had a target on my back from day one. Blue was a Hebrew when I came into the league. He was a black Hebrew Israelite. So he automatically had, ideology differences just based on my position as a Christian. We just never got a chance to really rock until it came to a battle rap. So all the friction honestly started from my position just as a Christian. You know what I'm saying? That's really where all it came from. And they start taking shots at me and they end up to me dropping songs and the songs end up to them talking about that they wanted to rap against me in a battle. That's how all that came about. It really was just them attacking my position as a Christian. So that's the underlining theme behind all of this.
All right, so I got 2 questions left before we get to the show, but this is just a precursor, y'all. I'm gonna have an interview, a straight talk interview session with Rio after the season is over. So we'll get into the whole background of being the preacher and all that.
Yes, sir.
So I heard you say, I want to say it was last season that season 5 was going to be your last season, regardless, no matter what. Does that change now that you're in the finals finally?
Well, it all depends, like how this season ends. After it's over, win or lose, how you just collect yourself and just kind of look at it. Cause I be busy, bro. So I have so much going on. You know what I'm saying? So if I can't commit myself 100% to it, I'm not gonna do it because I don't want to give a half-ass effort. You know what I'm saying? So it just all depends on how my life flowing going into season 6. But I have every intention on defending the championship. Every intention.
That's what's up. So last question. Was that a Jedi mind trick that you pulled on me 55 minutes before our debate when you called me and said you got to reschedule?
A Jedi mind trick? You talking about? Nah, bro. Nah, that wasn't a vet move. But like, look, watch this now. People do stuff like that for real. Like they do that. You know what I'm saying? People do stall you out to take your momentum from you. But now I really had to reschedule that. You know what I'm saying? I really had to do that. I wasn't playing no Jedi mind tricks. You know what I'm saying? I do got some on my sleeve though.
I was so mad. I'm like, man, I done already worked myself up getting ready for this damn debate. First one ever, never done a debate. And now I'm about to debate the number 1 debater in the league. And he calls me at 6:05. We supposed to debate at 7:05. I mean at 7 o'clock. He's like, hey bro, I gotta reschedule. I'm like, what?
No, bro. Something just came up. You know what I'm saying? But I appreciate you letting me on the platform. Definitely look forward to having further conversations. I appreciate everybody in the chat, everybody that came through. I love the way your people support you. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate all that energy. And y'all just tap in with me, man. And I'm gonna give y'all a great show.
Will you give MD that work next season? That's what we're gonna do.
I'm gonna beat MD so bad. I wanted to beat him this time. You know what I'm saying? I want to beat him so bad, but let me tell you why. Then I back out. it's like when you see somebody with a certain skill set, it's just like playing a game. Or like in wrestling, you see this new wrestler coming in, he flipping off the rope like a luchador, he jumping off stuff, he got tables. So me want to beat him is just because I respect his skill set. And it's like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? It's like Mega Man. I need to take your power. You feel me? Yeah, I gotta go. You know what I'm saying? I need to jump in the ring with him because I respect what he do. Just like when I debated you, I want to beat you not because I think I'm better, but it's just like I'm proving something to myself. If that makes sense.
Hey, don't go nowhere, man. I see you next, baby. Don't go nowhere.
I can't wait. LD, listen, man. I can't wait to debate you, bro. You know what I'm saying? Because it's dangerous.
No doubt.
Y'all dangerous. So I need to
No
feel
doubt.
that level of danger. That's all, bro.
No doubt. No
All
doubt.
right, peace, Rio.
All right, y'all hold it down, bro. Thanks for having me.
All right, no doubt.
Peace.
Oh man, Straight Talk Society. That's why I'm Mr. Straight Talk. I can slip in and out of anything real quick. Impromptu interview right on the spot.
What happened to Mike?
Mike was on his way home. His mic was already tore up, so he yeah, he's gonna hop on when he gets home. So let's get into this first thing though. So I just heard about this today. There's a MLW has filed a antitrust lawsuit against the WWE. So VanCap, before you get all up in the tizzy and be like, yeah, they need to. So let's look at the let's look at it. So an antitrust lawsuit has been filed against the WWE by a competing professional wrestling promotion. Major League Wrestling has issued a press release on Tuesday night announcing that it has filed an antitrust lawsuit against the WWE, citing this is ridiculous, citing WWE's ongoing attempts to undermine competition and monopolize the professional wrestling market by interfering with MLW's contracts and business prospects. Hold on, because I know I'm gonna give you a full carte blanche to go off on it, because I know that's what you're waiting to do. The lawsuit accuses WWE of pressuring third parties to abandon contracts and potential relationships with MLW. Sounds familiar, right? AWA
all over again.
Yeah, Crockett Promotions. A pair of business deals that MLW claimed WWE interfered with are mentioned in the lawsuit. MLW claims that WWE nixed a deal that MLW has signed with streaming platform Tubi that would have been transformative for the promotion. Shout out to Tubi, because I love Tubi movies. Tubi is owned by Fox, didn't know that, which is one of WWE's television partners. WWE SmackDown airs on Fox every Friday. I want to get back to that. It is also alleged that the WWE attempted to derail a relationship between MLW and Vice TV. MLW claims that after it announced that it was in talks to air MLW programming on Vice, a then WWE executive warned Vice TV that WWE owner Vince McMahon was pissed that Vice TV was airing MLW program and that Vice TV should stop working with MLW. The Vice TV executive responded by saying that WWE's conduct was illegal and an antitrust violation, but the WWE executive said they couldn't control McMahon. All right, so that's well, okay. So let me last thing here, because Court Bauer, I like Court Bauer. So Court Bauer said WWE has been wrongfully depriving its competitors of critical opportunities for many years, but its latest conduct has been even more unconscionable, said MLW CEO Court Bauer. I think we speak for the rest of the professional wrestling world when we say that this anti-competitive behavior has to stop. So hold on before you get irrational, because I know you're gonna be irrational first.
How am I being irrational?
Hold on. Let's have a piece. Oh, I be ignoring the chat. Sorry about that, man. I see Chanel is in the building. Peace, Chanel. So Chris is over here. Chris says MLW is currently locked in a legal battle with W. Yeah, so that's what I just read. Chris, the link is in the chat if you want to come up, because I need you to be my NXT correspondent. Piece of St. Louis earlier, Chanel, Nene, Ricardo, everybody else is watching in the clouds. Peace to you. So, okay, let's look at this first. MLW started back in 2017. So they're saying that WWE is monopolizing the industry. How does one monopolize pro wrestling in this day? Let's have a civil conversation.
It's impossible. You can't do it.
Exactly. I'm glad. I'm
Because
so glad
a monopoly.
MD, how you figure they can't do it? How you figure they can't do it?
Because in order to the official technical term of a monopoly is something that's quote unquote too big to fail. What's backing WWE to the point where it's too big to fail? You tell me.
Well, I'm saying you could be a monopoly if you
meaning
you're not letting me say that.
Okay, go ahead. I'm sorry.
I'm just saying. So you can be a monopoly if you got all the big money that is able to influence talent to come over to where you're at. You can do things where venues and platforms won't be able to utilize your company because the bigger dog is saying if you carry them, you can't get this from us and blah blah blah, which they have done before. So hell yeah, if you're the bigger dog like that and you have all these resources, you definitely can be a monopoly and you definitely can control the landscape of professional wrestling to be better for you and worse for everybody else that potentially can be a threat to you.
MD, before you get them, MD, please let me just say this. So what about NWA? What about NWA? What about NWA? What about TNA or whatever they're called, Impact, and now AEW? They're doing just fine.
Are they doing fine, or is it that they're just in their little lane?
Hey,
let's be real. Let's be real. WWE is like way ahead of everybody else.
That Vencast being disingenuous button.
Oh my God!
You need to have that button for this next show. For
that
real.
Button.
The Vencat is being disingenuous. I want to be able to hit a button and then it says Vencat is being disingenuous. That's what I want to hear.
So no. I'm just gonna say real quick. In order to categorize a company as a monopoly, it has to have something that's bigger than the industry itself backing it, making sure that it stays in this position. What I'm saying is WWE is the entity in itself. You can't technically constitute it as a monopoly. Also, me being a free market capitalist, I don't believe in antitrust anyway. So the hell with the antitrust. You know what I mean? Antitrust is anti-free market capitalism. So that's just me. You know what I'm saying? Again, if you look at all your major monopolies in the country, it's backed by something, and it makes sure it solidifies its position. Well, the key quote is too big to fail. You don't see that in WWE. WWE is the entity in itself. You know what I'm saying? They just
technically aren't they aligned with UFC? It's a big ass conglomerate of a company. They stay all swirled up with UFC. The other companies don't have that, and we don't know. Like you say NWA, you say AEW, and all these other places, right? But back in '95, we're watching ECW, thinking it's all good. And what happened? They ran out of cash. They ran out of capital at a certain point. They were just limping. Huh?
Was that Vince McMahon's fault?
No.
And real quick, piece that Commissioner Angel in the building. Yeah, man. Angel, you need to go back and go back a couple minutes. We did an impromptu interview with Rio. So, Mike, you were saying something?
I'm confused. Like just a couple weeks ago, you were saying how AEW could barely get over 1 million. They were barely getting any traction. Now their competition, a monopoly, nothing else exists. It just means you control the market share. It just means you control. That's all it means. You guys are acting like you don't know WWE is the only thing that's around. You know it is.
No,
just
because Vencat keep interfering. Like I really don't understand what's going on here. Say that again, Mike. So you're telling me the company that's about to get $1 billion deal, we're gonna get into that later, is being affected somehow by WWE? Is that what you're telling me?
Quick question. What was the TV deal? How many billions was the TV deal that WWE did?
It doesn't matter. Why are you going in their
It
pocket?
does matter. How you gonna tell me why I'm going in their pocket when you're going to AEW?
We're talking about the competition right now.
No, we're talking about whether there is competition or not. If they're just getting to $1 billion, they're just getting to in a multi-billion-dollar business. They're just getting to $1 billion deal. That's not even one shot. It's over a multitude of years. That means that there's a monopoly that's already in play. They're fighting against it. That doesn't mean that when Ma Bell was existing, there was other companies that were trying. It doesn't mean they could get over.
FP&L. I'm pretty sure you're familiar with that. FP&L is a monopoly, Mike.
No, it's not.
FP&L is the only company in South Florida that's
not true, Trevor. That's not true. The city of Lake Worth has their own electrical company.
And many cities in Florida have
right?
Many cities in Florida have their own electric.
Lake Worth is not considered South Florida. You heard me say South Florida, right?
No, Lord.
No, don't tell me we pulling.
You're trying so hard.
We pulling the debate all over again. Nobody want to listen. So
you're trying so hard.
FP&L is definitely a monopoly because FP&L, there's not another power company that could come to South Florida. That's a monopoly. They monopolize the industry. Am I wrong?
I'm going to look it up.
If WWE monopolized the industry, that means there would be no MLW. There would be no Impact. There would be no NWA.
No, that's not the truth. No, a monopoly does not mean there's no other arena. A monopoly means you control the majority of the market share. That's what the legal definition is. There doesn't have to not be any other business. It just means that other businesses mean nothing to you. That's what it means. There's no competition.
So what market is WWE controlling? I'm be specific about that.
They control wrestling. They control the rest. They control the wrestling cost. They control what wrestling. Let me finish. They control wrestling prices. They control what wrestlers can be because they're the reason that wrestlers are what do you call it? They're contractors, but they're not. They're treated as 1099s, which doesn't really exist. Because a 1099 should be able to do whatever they want, but they can't. They put them on their contracts as a 10. Right. And this is not being changed because there is nowhere else to go. Because if you want to be on the big boy, as they say, you have to be on WWE.
So does MLW not sign wrestlers to contract?
Nothing. I can sign you to a contract.
Don't try to flim-flam what the man's saying.
I'm not flim-flamming anything. Sir, I could sign an ant to a contract. That don't mean a damn thing.
Yep.
Well,
I can sign a rope to a contract to run a maze. That don't mean nothing.
Mike, you don't believe what you're saying. You don't.
I believe exactly what I'm saying. We've known WWE was a monopoly before. WWE became a monopoly the second they destroyed the territory.
Let's not call them WWE because that's
hold on,
where the passion is coming.
Hold on, Trevor. So it's a hell of a monopoly because it's not like the days of the 80s. It's not like the days of the 90s where WCW was looked at as a number 2. But once they did a little bit of maneuvering, they pretty much took over towards the end of the 90s. It's not that close. AEW is far behind, way far behind WWE today than WCW was behind WWF.
Venkat, this is what I'm talking about. This is why I really feel like y'all just want to see me get worked up.
Anybody scared of you?
Since we've been doing this show, I've been saying how AEW is nowhere near WWE, and all y'all talk about is, oh yeah, they're gonna take over. They're gonna take over. Now all of a sudden, to fit your narrative, oh, they're years behind. They're nowhere near WWE.
We all agreed on that. WWF have like a 50, 60-year head start.
Like that's the part that
sir, you are the most. You are the most disingenuous human being alive. Every single person on this wrestling channel has said, it is impossible for anyone to beat the mustache and the ego. We say we say that the product is better in AEW, but I say all the time, myself, and I say that the reason that it doesn't matter is because WWE doesn't have to care about their fans anymore because they have the TV contract that has put them so far ahead in money that they could give a damn about what their fans do. I say that at least
AEW is getting a similar contract, right?
No, they're not.
Let's not let facts get in the way of the truth.
AEW,
listen, CM Punk calls himself $1 billion Phil because listen, AEW
I'm listening.
Works to sign a contract similar to what SmackDown has.
Sir, did you just say a company?
Tell me how.
Let me answer.
Tell me how.
Let me answer.
So bad.
Once again, you just told me how a whole company is almost getting close to matching the fraction of another company. Explain to me how that makes sense to you.
How is
wrong with you? Excuse me. Flip is wrong with you.
Come on, man. Don't do the cussing, man. How
I took it back. I said flip.
How you gonna tell me? How you gonna tell? So if I have $1 million and you have 900,000, whose fault is that?
Sir, that's not even close. You're being disingenuous. That's if you had $1 million, have 250.
You sound good. You sound good with all this huffing and puffing, but you're still not making any damn sense.
I make all the sense. You don't want to hear what I'm saying.
No, what you're saying makes absolutely no sense.
It makes perfect sense. You just judged a company versus a show on another company. Think about what you just said. You just judged a whole company against a fraction of another company. Not even a half, a fraction, not even a quarter, because there's NXT Europe, there's the what's the underground, not the NXT, whatever it used to be. It's fraction of a company. The fraction that is SmackDown has more than the entire AEW company, and you try to make it look like they're equal. Miss me, sir.
How is
equal doesn't mean monopoly.
Trevor
How is that a monopoly?
God.
Yeah, equal don't mean that.
Outside.
Equal, like that's what I'm saying.
Because a monopoly means you control.
All this yelling and huffing and puff. That don't mean anything. It means nothing.
Sir, yelling.
You still have yet to show me how that's a monopoly.
Sir, the first thing I said before there was any huffing and puffing, apparently you feel you in your feelings. Don't get mad at me. Apparently you didn't listen to what the definition of a monopoly is. Just because there's other companies that do what you do doesn't mean. Sir, can I finish? Can I finish? Can I finish, sir? Can I finish, sir? Can I finish my statement? I thought rule number 2 was not interrupting. Sir.
That doesn't apply to me.
Shut up. Anyway, so like I was saying, a monopoly does not matter. You don't have to control 100% of the market. You have to control a majority of the market in one company, and that is what WWE does. You can huff and puff and act like you don't know what the definition means, but that's what it means. Look up the legal definition of monopoly. Look up the legal definition. Stop going off of the board game you got in the house. Look up the legal definition. That's what it is. You don't have to get to 100%. There's been many companies gotten to 100 that have not gotten close to 100%, and they've been destroyed by the government.
Let's see what this says. The exclusive possession or control of the supply of a trade in a commodity or service. The exclusive possession.
Sir?
So miss me with all the bull crap, man.
No, sir. You might be the childish person who runs to Google to get definitions, but what I said was look up the BS some little high schooler put up and that Google's running with. Look up the legal definition of what monopoly is. The legal definition.
Always moving the goalposts. Always.
I'm not moving the goalposts. I said legal definition.
Yeah, Mike is correct. Michael is
I'm correct.
It's the majority, but I have to ask you.
Hold on. Before you go any further, MD, hold on. I'm moving the goalpost, so let me put him back. Continue, sir.
No. Okay, cool. I got you. In terms of the monopoly in itself, what is the commodity or the service that WWE is supplying to us, the consumer? Wrestling, right?
Not just wrestling, everything that surrounds it. Merchandising, the contracts, the moves that wrestlers can make, the contracts that wrestlers can get. They control everything.
Movies.
Video game. Yeah, I didn't even
go back to
shows.
the contract.
You
keep going back to the contract. The contract is not the issue.
You know why I go back to the contract? I go to the
Go ahead.
contract because it's illegal. I'm sorry. I go to the and it's something they get away with because there's no one to challenge. You can't go to the government because the government won't do anything because they're so big that they can't be stopped.
Boy.
I'm not reaching. Everything I say is easily defined.
Yeah, see, when we talking about selling a service to a people, the service is wrestling. At the end of the day, the wrestlers themselves put themselves in a position to be in a contract. What would happen if all the wrestlers just said, "Fuck it, we're not wrestling for WWE no more"? What would happen?
You have to put some money in the pot.
Now see,
got to put some money in the pot, huh?
Now we're talking about.
No, I'm telling you, you got to you drop an F-bomb. You got to put some money in the pot.
Now we're talking about
goalposts. I ain't saying no cuss word.
Not you talking to me, sir.
Yeah, I did. I'm sorry.
Oh, you did?
My bad.
Hey, I did too. Don't feel bad. Now we talking about goalpost moving because I didn't say what the I guess this would be the victims. I'm not victim shaming. I didn't say what they should do. I agree with you. They should step on their neck, but they won't because once the big dog is the big dog, it is impossible. Same way that it's impossible to get a cop fired. You ever notice how you can't get a cop fired? Because they've already built up their order, the fraternity. They've already built up their labor laws.
Well,
they've built up laws.
Yeah, that's qualified immunity. Qualified immunity.
No, I'm not even talking about that, but they got that too. But they have what's that? They have damn it, what's the word? When you have like you have whether you pay your dues and everybody's together and you can't. I can't think of the word, but they already have that the union. They already have the union. It is impossible to top. WWE has made it so that a union can never form. When they tried to make a union, Hulk Hogan stabbed them in the back and destroyed the union for more money for himself. And they squash any. They're basically. And I apologize, Mr. MD.
Who stabbed them in the back, Mike?
Hulk Hogan.
Who did
Trevor? This
yes,
Trevor. This is
Hulk Hogan ran and told Vince McMahon, and Vince McMahon held power over. He told him, "I will destroy you in your contract." Yes, he did.
You see how I got him to go to you see how I got him going to the unions? That's what I was trying to get him to go to.
Yeah. Well, you got me to go there. Do something. You got me to go there. Do something.
And that's why I said.
Everybody get their last points out because I'm looking at the chat and they want us to get to the match talk. So
okay, all right, that's cool. I'll be quiet.
Their last points.
But he did what I want him to do. He did what I wanted him to do. Like I said, I'm not a believer. No, I'm not a believer in antitrust laws because antitrust laws is anti-capitalism.
You see how the wrestling show gets people riled up, and how the curse words just fly.
Hey,
it's not an accident.
Learn some discipline. If I'm not,
I know you ain't talking.
If I'm not,
I want to cut people off.
I'm the host, man.
Yeah, you're supposed to be in the background as a moderator.
Nah.
Go on to the next topic, man. Go on to the next topic.
Nah, get your talk. Say what you was gonna say.
No. I was saying that he went to where I wanted him to go, and he went to you.
Show me I'm wrong.
So you're wrong about what?
You said you wanted me to go to union. Cool, I went there. Now show me I'm wrong.
Well, that's the end of it. That's all I wanted you to say was union, and I'm done. You know what I'm saying? I'm good.
So Mike looking for another damn argument. That's all he wants. He don't want to listen to you. He just want to argue.
What are you talking? I literally told him to keep going. That means I want to listen.
Mike,
no.
I literally said keep going. That means I want to listen.
Better question. Did you get your mangoes today?
Yo, real talk. While you were yelling at me, my daughter walked in with a box, and I wanted to be nice to you, but then you told me I can't talk because it's your show, and my middle finger went right back up. So I gotta thank you later on. I can't do it on the show. People looking.
Did they get smushed or they made it safe?
I haven't even opened the box. I'm holding it.
Okay.
I'm literally holding the box in my hand.
Oh, all right.
Literally.
All right.
It ain't touching the ground again.
So just so everybody knows, tape fist politics. Did I say it right?
Yeah. Tape fist politics.
So tape fist politics will probably be starting next week. I got to get with Venkat behind the scenes. Now that I'm out of the running, I got more time to facilitate things. So I got to get with Venkat behind the scenes and Mike. So they'll be doing that show.
So you gotta get MD on there too.
Yeah, hey, I'm hoping MD come on there. You almost can't do it without him. So
hey, now that Angel's in the chat, can Angel send me a rule book? Because I ain't get my stuff off about the debate. But brother, I'm dead. I know people think I'm joking. I'm dead serious. I need to understand how this works because I'm confused about a couple things. And I know this. I know we talking about wrestling, so I'm not gonna go back. But I was on 95. I wasn't able to express myself, but I'll let it ring in my my final quotes. But go ahead.
I think she's I think she went back in the show so she could hear the Rio.
What day are we talking about? What day you talking about doing it, Venkat?
I don't know yet. It might be Tuesday nights. I don't know yet though.
Yeah, it would have to be because Mondays and Wednesdays are the only lock, and then you'd have to look on the calendar and see whenever Pour Your Heart Out is going to do something. But every other night would be free. Yeah, Monday. Oh, here you go. He opening the box.
I'll get up with you on the back, man. I'll get up with you on the back.
He opening the box.
I'll do a show on Tuesday. So
you do a show on Tuesday. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, you doing something on Tuesday? Yeah, we got Thursday, Friday,
maybe Saturday.
I know Venkat's work schedule is ridiculous.
Maybe Saturday.
We'll talk about it, Venkat. We'll talk about it.
All right then.
So,
what a wonderful smell.
Show the box. Just open the box. Let me see your camera. We already an hour in, so let's turn your camera on.
No, it's on, but I ain't trying to hold the camera while I'm doing it. I'm trying to get in the box.
All right, man. Just so y'all know, I sent Michael, UPS Mike a box of mangoes. So that's what he doing now. So definitely though, this antitrust thing is something to look at. I'm glad. The reason I brought it up is because I knew MD was going to be on, and I wanted to hear him be the only sensible person on the panel. So I'll let y'all argue about that.
This guy's sneak dissing, man.
Yeah, because I love MD's like political. I see MD is like me. We play characters. He may lean a little bit more into his beliefs, but we play characters at the end of the day. So I know exactly what he's doing. So that's why I any addition that we can get with him would be greatly appreciated. So let's get into another story. So AEW Collision debuted Saturday night. All right.
I'm sorry.
Mute, Mike.
Oh. Can I apologize real quick?
You want to apologize to me?
Yeah. I saw the little tiny box you sent me, and I thought you sent me like 3 or 4 mangoes, and I was gonna cuss you out. But it's more than 3. You know what I'm saying? You getting close to double digits, so your boy's appreciative. You know what I'm saying? I would like to say thank you. You know what I mean? Because I had stuff to do tonight, but apparently I'm not gonna be doing. You know what I'm saying?
The mango wars continue.
I got other stuff to do later. I got other stuff. So I'm just like when the camera go off and I come back messy, you know what it is. That's all I'm saying.
Enjoy. And Ricardo, Ricardo, your wife came over here the other day and hit up our stash, so y'all should be good too.
Hey Cardi, I heard you bag some of my mangoes, bro. Don't let me find you.
So the next story, AEW Collision was this Saturday night. They debuted this Saturday night. I'm interested in the number. They drew 800,000 on a Saturday night. That's pretty good. But it was the return of CM Punk. So now they have another AEW Collision coming up this week, and they've only sold 4,500 tickets in an arena that holds like 10,000. So my question to you guys, I'm not disparaging AEW, but my question to you guys is that 800,000 number sustainable, or was that an anomaly just because it was a return of CM Punk?
I personally believe that if CM Punk would have shown up in some diesel shape like Chris Jericho, Jericho had.
Mic off, man. I mean the phone.
You wanted me to turn the mic on.
I mean the camera.
Let me in my. He's a hater, baby. He's a hater. If like that look, and that's the narrative that's going to be run, it's really a bad look. Like, I'm not the type to be judging another man's physique because I'm fluffier than some, but as a professional wrestler who, like, they're literally making this show about you. Because I was all ready to come back at you about that old Triple H when he was trying to have a baby and he looked like us. You remember that Triple H?
Yeah, I know you're talking about.
Yep.
Yeah, I was about to come back to y'all with that Triple H body. That's Triple H. But but Triple H wasn't the flagship. They've always had people around and he was top 3. But there was always Taker. There was always Rock. There was always Rattlesnake. There was always Angle. This guy is the centerpiece.
Yep.
And he's coming out there looking like he just came out of an AA meeting. Like, I'm not a fan of that. I'm not a fan of that. And if Chris Jericho could go back, realize he was pudgy, and come back with an 8-pack, I feel like CM Punk could have did the same thing. Like, I don't understand. Like how this, it's like he doesn't take it seriously. Don't get me wrong. As a chubby dude myself, I understand what the mouthpiece could do when you got the gifted gab. But ain't nobody watching me in my underwear every Saturday. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is a part of your job, man. That's just how I feel about it. And lastly, man, this thing is so sweet, bro.
So, Venkat, is that you groaning?
I don't think so. Why?
Oh, because you the one sent me the picture, so I know you don't disagree with what he's saying.
No, I do not disagree. He's telling the gospel right now.
Because I'm objective.
So okay, Venkat, because most people will say, "Oh, you're body shaming," because you body shame Gunther, which is
there we go,
which is crazy. But
I'm just telling the truth, man. I'm just telling the truth.
But so all right, CM Punk has never been a body guy, so we can agree on that. Yep. Most wrestlers have called him the skinny fat guy. They say he's the he looks like a shorter to cook at Waffle House. And again, we're, MD's the youngest one on the panel, but we're like all 40 or close to 40. So, we ain't supermodels, I don't think. But like Mike said, we're not on national TV every week in our underwear.
Once on the rest we're gonna go on the.
So so what's your thoughts on CM Punk's presentation before we get into his drawing power?
Well, I think that CM Punk just showed that what he was doing the whole time he wasn't there, wasn't being focused. He probably was had a bout with depression. He probably had anger and just pissed off on the side. And I don't really think anything changed. I think he's still the same way. I think, and it didn't change because the show is exclusively to him. Like, they've separated wrestlers. It's like little kids, like elementary school. Like, we can't have professionals just come show up and do their job. And especially in a job like professional wrestling where you're supposed to be fighting anyway, right? Like, we're afraid to do it. They should be doing an angle immediately to continue that whole thing and do a kayfabe situation there. That was a missed opportunity because we got a bunch of feminine thinking men that pretend to be brave and tough on TV, but they're not like that in real life. But yeah, I can just see his big dumb ass. I can see his dumb ass just there eating KFC, throwing the chicken bones on the TV screen. He's all pissed off, just all mad and filled with bitter rage. I can see that crap, man.
Hold on a second, Venkat. Why is Venkat not getting a bomb? Can my dog get a bomb, please?
We need a wrestling with reality bomb. We got those bombs are for straight talk sessions.
Okay. Boom! Because I felt what he just said.
So okay, because again, we're not body shaming him, but it's the image. MD, you got any thoughts on his appearance first of all before we get into the number drawing?
Oh, MD,
my bad. Give me a second. I'm gonna get a service. Hold on, my bad. Go ahead.
So all right, so he drew. I mean, and so two things are at play here. Is CM Punk's return, and it's a new show, so naturally you're going to get a high number, and they weren't against any NBA playoffs or anything like that. So I'm not shitting on the 800,000. What I'm saying is, a month from now, I want to see what the number is. So that's my question. It's a Saturday night. Saturday night notoriously is terrible for TV. Do you guys think they'll be able to sustain that number?
I don't think so, unless like, this is what's really bothering me. CM Punk has to be the best version of himself to make him what he is in Chicago, outside of Chicago. Like, you have to, because they love you at home, but the Dallas Cowboy, they hate you outside of Dallas. And it's like, they like people out of Dallas, but still, you get the imagery. He needs to step up. Like, you can't walk around looking like that. Like, and I'm telling you, it hurts me. Like, I like CM Punk more than most wrestlers that have ever existed. Like, he's in my top 5 of like favorites, not best, but of my favorites. Like, no one drops the pipe bomb like him, but it's like, you're going to be carrying a show. You have to be a superhero. You have to be a superhero. You're the guy who everyone on the show is looking toward. And that's the one thing that the mustache and the ego have on everyone else. Nobody's afraid of Tony Khan. They're terrified of Vince. They're not afraid of Tony Khan. So, because what Van Cat said is the truth. The first thing that I would have done if I'm Tony Khan is, you guys have a match. First 5 minutes shoot. Get your issue out.
That's what I would have. I don't understand why they didn't.
First 5 minutes shoot. What? Get your issue out. Because they said, I don't wanna. Word? You fight for a living. Well, you fake fight for a living. And you don't want to buck? Bro, I couldn't wait. I couldn't wait to get CM Punk in the ring if me and him got beef like that. You gonna catch these hands.
Because it's safe to say that it's safe to say he can't beat you up.
I'm gonna let you have that. I ain't
gonna, he looks weak.
But if
CM Punk does look weak. He doesn't look like he can hurt
right now.
anybody.
He does. I'm not told you. If
I'm
Matt
just
even in his best
fight record. I'm just going by his fight record in and out of the octagon.
Ooh, that was dirty. If Matt Hardy and his half a vertebrae can get in the ring and throw hands with Edge, y'all could fight. Like, y'all could get a storyline going. I want to hear that. And he really smashed the man woman. Like, come on.
Yep.
It's
you know what's messed up about CM Punk is that when you think back at all this time in wrestling, all these wrestlers that have gotten legitimate injuries, things that take them out of competition, like drug habits and just rehabbing in general. CM Punk, he had an injury, but the injury I don't think is what kept him from staying in shape or kept him from going to want to come back earlier or anything. Because Triple H got hurt and he was projected to be out a certain amount of time, and he cut that time in half just to get back. So all these things, exactly. Even Vince McMahon,
Cody Rhodes,
bad. I mean, come on, exactly. Cody is right. These are people that Austin. All these people have had legit career-ending injuries, and they fought back like hell. He didn't have it to that severity, and I don't even think it's an injury. It's his feelings, his thought process that made him stay away, and it's his mentality that got him looking like Chubby Checker. So I don't know why he decided. What's going on?
I know who CM Punk is.
Uh-huh.
He is the Kawhi Leonard of wrestling. Yes. When I heard you, as soon as you started that set, I was like, oh my God, he's Kawhi Leonard. That's exactly who he is.
It's embarrassing. You're getting paid millions of dollars to do something that you would have been doing for free at one point in your life.
Yeah.
How do you not engage fully in that?
So 2 questions. Do you think he came back for the long haul, or do you just think he came back to just fill out the rest of his contract?
He's just trying to get his money. He's trying to get a payday. This guy trying to pay rent. The next option is prostitution. He's trying to pay his rent. All right. It's embarrassing.
Hey man,
These
he got
guys,
the
big
baddest
old
chick in
goofy.
wrestling. He got the baddest non-black girl in wrestling. He got to keep her happy.
Yeah.
So okay, so do you guys see him getting hurt again?
Oh hell yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. I thought he got hurt at the end when he started yelling at Juice. Did you guys see the match?
I saw the end of it.
Yeah, I saw
There was
the
a
ending
part
of it too.
before they did the triple move where he jumped off with the elbow. He was kneeling down in the ring, and I was like,
Right.
what's happening? What's he doing? I thought he got hurt again. I was like, no, if this happens, it's over. The $1 billion, the mustache jumps off of Vince's face and does a little have a sexy party like Stewie says, and it's a wrap. But then he got up and made a little move, and I thought then he started yelling at Juice. I thought that was something, but I heard it was supposed to be a good thing. I hope. Yo, a company should not be teetering on the emotions of a man.
Right.
That's my that's my one problem. Or the emotions of a worker. I'll put it that way.
Okay, so let's stay there real quick and let's have a civil conversation. So you say that, and you guys bring up a lot. Well, Mike brings it up a lot. How Tony Khan is basically like a little child. He doesn't know how to run his company. He lets these guys do whatever they want to do. So can we first question? Can we give Vince McMahon credit that he at least knows how to see what I'm saying? He at least knows how to handle the asylum.
Nope.
Sir, just because the opposite of authoritarian parent is there's authoritarian, then there's the parent that lets you do it lackadaisical, and then there's in the middle, which is authoritative. Just because they're the opposite of this idiot doesn't make him good. He's he's on the end of the bell curve.
Could never just all I was saying.
I don't know why Trevor's still drinking that Vince McMahon Kool-Aid.
I said no.
All I wanted to do was just set up the next question. That's all I wanted to do.
Sir, Van Cat and I both said no.
No, if Van Cat said no, you took me. You took me all the way around the runway.
Because when we said no, you said, "Oh my God, why can't you?" Then I gotta knock that down. I debate too, sir.
So here's the next question. So Vince McMahon has showed you Hogan didn't want to play ball. He was okay to let him go. Bret Hart didn't want to play ball. He was okay to let him go. Shawn Michaels didn't want to play ball. Hey, he was going to let him walk. Vince McMahon has shown
Austin took his ball home.
Well, Austin left. So Vince McMahon has shown you that he'll still do business without his biggest star. So do you think Tony Khan will ever get that way where he'll say like, okay, CM Punk is acting like a baby again, because 9 out of 10 is probably going to happen again. And he'll just be like, you know what, I'm done with you. Or will he continuously coddle him and just baby him and let him hold the company down? Because right now I think he's a big albatross to the company.
Let me say real quick, Trevor, I think you're comparing apples to oranges because Vince McMahon knew how to create stars. Tony Khan don't know how to do that. Tony Khan let us decide who the stars are.
Good point.
So I mean, that's that. You compared apples to oranges with that.
Hey, MD, if I would have said that, they would have been like, MJF, Jungle Boy, Sammy Guevara.
Sir. See, this is why it's so hard to converse with you, because you know that I'm the first one to say along with you that there is no superstars there. That Jade Cargill's, I'm the first one to say that with you. So what you're saying is this is the only reason I didn't have anything to say is because he said the word new. He said K-N-E-W. Vince knew, aka past tense, how to make it. He can't do it anymore, but he knew how to do it back in the old days, and that is correct. Back in the old days, he could make stars. Now he's just a mustache and an ego with a Whopper Junior belt.
Well, I mean, you know, the strategy is still there, though. You know what I'm saying? You can't deny that.
Yeah, but it's not the same. He doesn't build them anymore. Like, look, it come from since the Great Migration from of the Batista John Cena era or whatever. How many more stars have they been? How many more superstars have they been other than
Roman
Roman?
Reigns.
I said
It's
other
been
than
one.
Roman.
It's been
And
one for
Roman
every
just happened.
generation of
How long
WWE.
has
It's been
Roman
one
been
for
up
every
there?
generation.
Nah.
I mean,
Nah.
oh, man.
Roman just happened. Roman been there about 10 years. Roman been there longer than my daughter been alive. And it just happened by mistake with the bloodline. And it happened when Triple H made him. I'm gonna say that. Triple H made him Mr. McMahon.
Yeah, I don't know about that, but so
what?
Yeah, I don't know about that. So I don't want to get too much of WWE talk because I really want to get into this independent show because this was the only thing worth watching. But there's I thought Chris was going to come on, but I don't know if he
did y'all get into the bloodline stuff? I don't know.
No, we didn't. That's why I want to just hit some quick hits on the main roster. But
okay, gotcha.
We didn't do the show last week, so I didn't get to gloat about this match and just show my love affair for it. If y'all haven't had a chance, go back to Raw 2 weeks ago and watch the last 8 minutes of Imperium, Walter and Marcel Bartel against Sammy KO. That I'm gonna tell you something. God, I said Walter. Damn, I don't normally call him that. Gunther. Gunther is going to be the champion like really, really soon. He hit Sami Zayn with two of the damnedest clotheslines I ever seen before. And I thought like every time he hit him after that, he was trying to decapitate him. Like those were to me, that made, because I didn't watch Raw. That's all I watched. Who is this in the back? Bonez. That's all I watched on that Raw show was that. I still think Seth Rollins is doing great things. Seth Rollins just defended the belt last night on NXT against Braun Breaker, who is another guy that is going to be a superstar. Braun Breaker is great. That's Rick Steiner's son, fantastic athlete, and his heel run has proven to be really good. Seth Rollins is doing what Seth Rollins does, just continuously making people look good. Last thing I have on WWE before I turn it over to MD on the bloodline stuff, because I'm pretty sure you're gonna have we all gonna have different opinions on the bloodline thing. I'm not even gonna give mine because I don't want to get in another argument. But what was I gonna say? We just found out this Monday that God, what is his name? Logan Paul has been added to Money in the Bank. Now, my only thing about that, Logan Paul just made that match must see. With the guys they have in it, this match is going to kick all type of ass. My only issue with it is everybody else had to qualify. They put Logan Paul in, just put him in there all willy-nilly, but they're going to do crazy stuff and it's going to be great. And that's this coming Saturday, I think. No, it's next Saturday. I think Money in the Bank is going to be tremendous, especially that they don't have any big time, like they don't have the bigger names in there now. This Money in the Bank has more of the younger stars. So that's all I got. MD, what you got on the blood? What's your thoughts on the bloodline? I will say I thought what they did Friday was tremendous.
Oh yeah. I didn't know if y'all talked about it or not. I was just gonna say, yeah, it was the way they moving this storyline along. Like I said, I don't want it to end. You know what I'm saying?
It was tremendous.
Yeah. I guess they setting up Usos and Roman and Solo for SummerSlam. I guess.
No, they setting it up for Money in the Bank. It's already been signed.
Oh damn! See, damn. Woo. Oh well.
Yeah, it's already signed.
Man. So yeah, I guess I'll be tuning in to that one.
Yeah, we'll be reviewing Money in the Bank next week because it is Money in the Bank is next Saturday.
Real quick. I don't know when this happened. I think it was probably last week or whatever. Roman Reigns getting knocked out again, and the whole thing of the Usos acting like they're going to fall in line, and then they do yet another swerve. What do we think about that?
Thought it was tremendous.
In my opinion, it makes Roman Reigns look a little bit weak because if he's the tribal chief after Jimmy kicked him, he should have, gave him more action. He should have did something about it. You know what I mean? and then he turned around and got kicked again. You know, I think it's a good angle overall, but if I had a nitpick, that would be my only thing about it. Like, in my opinion, he should have been kicking him out already, or he should have been like just beat him up.
Yeah, it seems like it's taken too long to get to the point. Like I felt like this should have been after Royal Rumble or at least like Elimination Chamber time.
They're
It feels
going into the
backwards.
next progression of the story, though.
No, it's not. They don't know what the hell they doing.
Yeah, now, to
They don't know
Vancat's
what
point,
to say.
it is taking emphasis off the title. I will say that.
Yeah.
It's definitely taking emphasis off the
So
title.
again, let's say it all together, folks.
No, don't try that
Cody
crap.
should have been.
He should have lost it to Cody.
No.
I mean, like
I've
what?
been said that.
Like,
No,
bro,
man.
like what?
No, they don't know what they're doing. None of this crap is planned. And if Sami Zayn wasn't a part of the bloodline, and if it wouldn't have popped like that,
Sir, all I'm gonna say,
they make it seem like there was this grand plan that what we're seeing now was thought about 2 years ago. It's bull crap. They flying off the seat of their pants, and I can't stand every week. Oh, I'm with you, and then oh no, I hit you. It's like they did it to Sami Zayn, they did it to Roman twice. They just keep doing it all the time. Like it's not a surprise. Like you got to bring something
sir,
else.
like I said before, Vince is the problem. Before Vince was kicked out, hanky panky, the bloodline was okay. When he left, then all of a sudden everybody was oozy, and the bloodline was fire. And then he showed back up, and there's nothing but waffles and screwing over Cody.
Hey,
you know I'm right. You know I'm right.
Yeah, I don't think y'all. I don't think we seeing this angle the same way. But yeah, whatever. What you said, Bones?
I wanted to say something about CM Punk. I was listening to what y'all were saying. Overall, I agree. Only thing that I disagree with y'all about is I don't think that they should have pulled the trigger already. You know, like this Saturday, as far as him with the Young Bucks and stuff like that. Because if you listen to his promo when he came out, he did mention the Young Bucks. So it's like it's gonna be LTB, long term booking, and overall we'll get our feud between FTR and CM Punk versus the Elite, which is going to be a banger.
So what happens when he gets hurt again?
Well, honestly, that's my main. That's my
Trevor.
Because I'm a big CM Punk fan. I'm an AEW fan, but I'm worried he's going to get hurt again because he fragile. Honestly.
Well, it's not just that. It's when you're not as active, you tend to get hurt. In basketball, it's the same thing. If you're not playing a lot, if you're not active in that ring a lot, if you're not doing those things, you can be susceptible to injury very easily.
Yeah, and he just healed up triceps injury. It's not like he was able to really train and work out and stuff like that because he just came back from his injury. So I feel like they probably should have held him off a little bit and let him work out and get back in the gym and get in better shape.
And you all know how I feel. Whenever somebody gets injured a lot, they need to call Tom Brady, get that plyometrics popping, get their little joint stretched, heal up. Tom Brady can have a career. He can have a career of just helping out injury-plagued people.
How old is CM Punk?
I would see probably in his 40s.
72.
CM Punk is like 43. How old is who? Well, the most of us should know who Tommaso Ciampa is, right?
Oh yeah.
Tommaso Ciampa just came back Monday, right, from neck injury. Do you see what Tommaso Ciampa look like?
Hey, Tommaso Ciampa is a beast. I don't expect CM Punk to be.
Do you see what Tommaso Ciampa looks like coming off a neck injury versus CM Punk?
He's an exception though. Tommaso Ciampa is a beast.
Hey Chris, just turn your camera on real quick so I can make sure you're really you, and you could turn it right back off.
Tom Brady can't help Anthony Davis or Kawhi Leonard.
Bro, nobody but Jesus can help out Kawhi Leonard. But Tom Brady can help. He can help homeboy from the Lakers. He can help Anthony Davis.
Uh-oh. Hey, mute your mic in the back, Chris. Yeah, he's listening to it in the back. Now mute whatever device you're listening to it on. So okay, because you brought something up that I was gonna get to, but I didn't get a chance to get to. So okay, Forbidden Door is when? This Saturday?
Sunday, I believe.
It's Forbidden Door is Sunday.
Yep.
CM Punk doesn't have a match yet.
No, he probably not gonna have a match.
Because from what Dave Meltzer said, like him and Kenny Omega can't be on the same card.
Yeah, but like I said, it's all part of the story. You know what I'm saying? Like eventually they're gonna wrestle and they're gonna have their feud. It's all part of this LTB, long term booking.
But did you heard what I just said though? Kenny Omega, who is y'all love him, one of your biggest stars, and your only like box office draw can't be on the same card for one of your biggest shows. You see what you see where I'm going?
Yeah, I see where you're going.
like at some point, adults have to be adults.
I agree, but honestly, I feel like behind closed doors, CM Punk and Kenny Omega talk. I don't think that he would have came back, without them talking or whatever. Because you got to remember, the elite is still, have a big stake in the company as far as AEW and stuff like that. So,
Are they still EVPs?
I believe so. Yeah, Cody not no more obviously, but the Young Bucks and Omega is.
Hey, what's up, Chris? Unmute yourself. Let me see if the noise is gone.
Can you hear me?
Oh yeah. All right. So I want to welcome y'all to the welcome to the panel. Chris, that's Bonez and Zay's homie. He's going. He digs wrestling, all things combat. So naturally, I invite him over to the Straight Talk Society. So what's up,
real
Chris?
quick. Oh my bad.
Ahead,
Real quick, Trevor. Real quick. Collision only did 816. So keep that in mind.
Yeah, well, that's what. Yeah, okay. So you were loading. So my question was, can they sustain that? They did 816 with a CM Punk return from a 9-month layoff. What is the number going to be in 2 weeks?
Yeah, I'm not sure if they can sustain it. And honestly, I didn't like the idea of them putting it on the Saturday night in the first place when you already got the Friday night Rampage. So
They're getting rid of Rampage.
Yeah, in my opinion, it could have focused on Rampage and just not had Collision. You know what I mean? Or do one or the other, but you don't need all three.
Hey,
Can I say how much I hate the excitement? Can I say how much I hate the excitement in MD's voice when he said that number? You ain't got to be excited, bro. There ain't no need for that, bro. He only did 800,000. I ain't need all that, bro.
816 is hell. That's the average of AEW at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying?
That's a good number for a Saturday night. Like you ain't getting no better.
I'm about to put you in the closet with Van Cat.
They'll never crack $1 million. Not on that show. Not on that show. Not on a Saturday night. And I'm not saying no indictment on them. They just will never crack $1 million on a Saturday night. Wrestling dies on Saturday night if it's not a pay-per-view.
I agree.
It just is. Hey, so MD, wait, you were gonna say something, MD?
No. I was just saying that's an average number for AEW. I mean, for that to be Saturday, again, that's a good number, like you said.
Okay,
but I'm over under 600 for the rest of the show.
See,
over under 600, I'm going under.
That's okay. See, you beat me to it because that's what I was gonna say. What's everybody's number going forward? I say 500,000.
Yeah, I was gonna say 5.
What's
up, bro?
Zay.
What's going on, fellas?
What's up? All right, so I wanted before Zay get in. All right, Chris. You the NXT. I love NXT too, but I can't watch NXT because I got too much stuff to do, trying to do all these shows and everything. What's going on in the world of NXT?
Well, you got Gold Rush that's going on. You just had Seth Rollins come down and Braun Breaker challenged him for the World Heavyweight title and stuff last night. That was the main event. It was a good event, decent. They're basically having all the title defenses in the next 2 weeks, last night and next week. So Gold Rush will continue next week, basically. So you'll have Carmelo Hayes facing Baron Corbin and for the NXT title. And then you have on the women's side, Tiffany Stratton versus Thea Hale for the women's title. And then the men's tags titles will be the Gallows versus Idris Enofe and Malik Blade, which I'm actually pretty happy for them boys because I've pretty much been watching them ever since I started going there and stuff. So good to go and see him get a title shot and stuff, get a little recognition up there. And yeah, not too bad, I guess, for the most part. Overall, the event last night was good. The main event, for the most part, overall, it was a decent show. Could have been better. Started off strong with Wesley versus who the hell did you wrestle last night? Blank
Tyler
meaning
Bate.
Tyler Bate, and
Woo.
had Mustafa Ali as the special guest referee. That was a good way to start the card off strong and stuff. And then it started kind of like trailing off with like I want to say, what was it? The Dana Brooke Cora Jade match. That was terrible. Like they really trying to do something with her, like they did with Mandy, but like it's Dana and it's not gonna work. Like I don't know, it's just a failure on their behalf with that. But they had the triple threat or fatal four-way tag match for next week to go and get qualified for the title match with the Gallows, where Idris Enofe and Malik Blade won. So that was pretty good. But overall, it was pretty good.
So, okay, so you've actually been, this is really why I wanted to talk to you. You've actually gone to NXT shows.
Yeah.
So did you go during Triple H's era or the 2.0 era?
2.0 era.
Oh,
Wish
you
I could have went to the black and gold.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Oh man, you went to the 2.0. How is it in that arena?
It's actually really good, man. Like it's a great fan experience because there ain't nothing but diehard wrestling marks amongst there. You know what I mean? Like, so overall, it's a really good crowd. You know what I mean? But a lot of people just be on some bullshit over there. But that's everywhere, though. That's life. You know what I mean?
So okay, so all right, because this is gonna lead into what we talk about later. Have you been to bigger shows like a Mania or Monday Night Raw, or SmackDown, anything like that?
I've been just about to everything. I've been to WrestleMania, SmackDown, Raw, AEW. Went to Revolution last year too. Impact shows. Haven't been to like any like not house shows. I've been to house shows, but like indie shows. Something I've been wanting to go to, but haven't had the chance to because I'm like not in the area where they have indie shows. It's like more like Pompano and like Orlando and like that area specifically where they have a lot of indie shows and stuff. But
so what? Okay, so the reason I asked though is like so we were just at this show Saturday, and I've been to Royal Rumbles, I've been to Monday Night Raw, SmackDowns, I've been to house shows, I've been to things where there's thousands of people in there. But I contend that the type of crowd that we were in Saturday is better than any of those larger crowds, because you're going to get, when you're in those small crowds like that, you're getting nothing but diehards that love it, that's going to react to every single thing, versus when you go to these bigger shows, there's a lot of casual fans that sit on their hands, they don't cheer for anything. It's just, it's kind of insulting, actually. I mean, with me I don't want to get on my high horse, but it is kind of insulting when you go to these shows and you see people sitting on their hands. I'm like, what the hell are you here for? You know what I mean? Like you spend money to come to these shows and you don't react to anything, or it's crazy. But how do you feel with the more intimate crowd versus the larger crowds?
Intimate crowds, man, it makes the event so much more enjoyable because everybody's that much into it, and like it just makes the show better and the performers perform better when there's an actual audience going crazy and reacting off of what they're doing, because that's the nature of the business.
That's awesome, man. So now I didn't giving you the job. Now you are new NXT correspondent. So
appreciate that.
So I need a report, because I like I say, I love NXT, but I really can't watch it just because I got so much going on. So everybody kind of has a role. Bonez and Mike love they the AEW guys. So if one's not here, the other one could fill in. And then Bonez gives us more like New Japan and all that stuff, because that stuff I really won't watch. I'm the WWE guy, and Venkat could just bounce all over the place. He's more of the business aspect of it and stuff like, and to get under my skin. He's my antagonist. That's what he is. He's here to cause me to blow a gasket. But
Yep.
so that's where we are with that.
That's what it sounds like sometimes.
Yeah. No, but that is, I've known this guy for over 30 years, man. That's just how it is. Like I know Mike for over 30 years. So you hear me and Mike arguing, me and Mike argue like that all the time. So it's just, so it ain't no thing. All right. So anything else we needed to get to from around the world of wrestling before we finally an hour and a half in getting to this indie show?
No, MLW is back on, and you can actually watch it on YouTube now. So if anybody want to watch MLW, just type in MLW, and they got all the episodes on YouTube. They're about an hour long, and so you can get some free indie wrestling. They did have 2 title changes. Demi Etso, somebody I'm not too familiar with, she beat Taya Valkyrie for the women's belt, and Akira beat Lindsay Dorado and Leo Rush in a triple threat match to win the middleweight open belt for MLW.
Isn't Taya Valkyrie AEW contracted?
Well, she's not strictly with AEW. She wrestled in Mexico with Triple A, and she wrestles in MLW too.
Oh, okay.
She actually had the belt for MLW and Triple A at one point.
So what we got going on in Japan?
Right now they just got Forbidden Door. They're setting it up for this Sunday coming up. You got Daniel Bryan going against Kazuchika Okada, the Rainmaker. You got Will Ospreay versus Kenny Omega for the belt. That's going to be a banger. I'm looking forward to that match a lot. You got MJF going against Hiroshi Tanahashi defending his belt, and those are the main matches.
They were trying to make Kenta versus CM Punk, but they basically, I guess, got canceled or whatever. Kenta don't want to wrestle him or whatever, so there's that too. Since you guys were talking about CM Punk, and tomorrow night MLW John Hennigan versus Jacob Fatu in the main event.
I was about to say what's my boy Jacob Fatu doing, and when is he coming to WWE to join the Bloodline?
Great question.
I don't know if you're familiar with Willie Mack, but he had a tremendous match with Johnny Mundo. It was about maybe like a 30-minute match. It was real good.
Yeah, Willie Mack. I know Willie Mack from Lucha Underground.
Yeah.
When he would hit you with that stunner.
Yeah.
It's funny because a guy from the show that we went to Saturday, I thought it was Willie Mack when I saw him. I'm like, holy crap, they got Willie Mack at this show. But so that's good because you guys, I love. So here's the deal. I think Zay fell off. Yeah, when the panels get crowded like this, Zay fell off. So we've always had this long-standing thing, and everybody thinks I hate independent wrestling. I don't hate independent wrestling. I hate the fact that these guys kill themselves for no money. When we were on the other channel, Venkat showed us videos where guys were literally bleeding a gusher for $10 and a hot dog. I think that's garbage, that's trash, and that's an indictment on the business, and these guys not getting better deals and everything. So now here's the beautiful side of that. What I saw Saturday, what we went to Saturday, made me be proud as hell to be a wrestling fan. Like
same here.
That show was, I wish Venkat was here. Like the whole time I'm sitting there, I'm like, damn, I wish Venkat was here, man. Just to experience, because me and Venkat never been to a wrestling show together, but just to experience so he could see, like, well, he loves wrestling just the same, but so he could see that it's not me hating on these guys. It's just that I don't want them to do unnecessary stuff, because it makes no sense to be doing all this craziness for a couple of dollars. Like it's insane. We did reach out to the promoter of the show that we were at Saturday. He said he's gonna listen to the show and then try to get me connected to their media person. So hopefully they like they like us reviewing the show, and we'll get somebody on there. Hopefully, we may be able to get a wrestler on at some point. So I'm gonna take a real quick intermission. Venkat, go ahead and hold it down because you know me, I got to make my bathroom run.
All righty. Um, so Trevor said earlier that I'm waiting to hear his report on that show. I think he has pictures and whatnot.
If you
Great.
yeah, if you want, I can give a report now while he's using the bathroom.
Oh, that'd be cool.
So basically, it was it's independent wrestling or whatever, and they actually train in the warehouse, and that's where they held the event at, or their training facility. It was in Pompano. When we
How
got there, I
many
got there like
people
maybe
fit
20
in
minutes
there?
late.
How many people approximately you think fit in there?
Maybe 100, 150. I don't know.
Okay.
Maybe 100 at the
Okay.
most. But I got there like a little bit late, and it wasn't parking. I had to park, like by some trailer parks, whatever. It just had like such a indie feel to it. You know what I mean? Like just from just your parking lot and everything. It was like in the warehouse or whatever. So as soon as we about to go in there, the guy was like, "Oh, there's no AC in there, just so you know." And I'm like, I don't really care. I got my girl and my stepkids with me. So like we had the whole first row was like my family because my brother came and Trevor was there with his family and everything. Um, so it was nice to have like front row experience. And as far as like my stepkids, they've been to Raw and SmackDown and stuff like that, but they never been to an indie show. So I was interested to see how they would like it. Um, it was the event was called Kumite. So every match was a cage match, and even like me and my brother and Trevor was talking amongst each other and was saying like, it's gonna be like a bit excessive for them to have every match be a cage match. But it actually turned out to be pretty good. Uh, there's a wrestler named Lindsay Snow. She's a female wrestler, and just from the way she carried herself, the look and everything, I think that she got the skills to move up. She's actually competing in a lot of jiu-jitsu competitions, so she's a legit jiu-jitsu person. And it was a submission match. That was a good match. Um, they had a match where it was a tag team match for the belts, and it was the tag team champions called the Crown. They definitely came out with like a Legion of Doom kind of vibe with the shoulder pads and mask and everything like that. And they got what I would call the it factor. Like they had the whole crowd just popping basically. Uh, and they ended up going against another tag team, and the people they went against, the guy got cut open like real bad, and at one point, some of his blood got on my stepson, and that was actually pretty cool. Like we marked out for that.
Wow.
Oh, I got blood on me. 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 We was just marking out for that. Because to me, stuff like that's pretty cool. Even like when the heels making the entrance, he a kid, so he don't really know no better. So he's trying to get a handshake, and like the kid, the heel will kick his hand out his way. You know what I mean? And he's just looking like, yo, that's so amazing. Stuff like that. So it was it was real intimate, and you have the wrestlers in there interacting with the crowd and everything like that, and just the crowd popped for everything. They had a I guess you would call it a weapons match with kendo sticks. At one point, they had thumbtacks. The referee got slammed on thumbtacks. You seen, a wrestler with no shirt, he got slammed on thumbtacks, and the referee literally had to pick thumbtacks out of his back, and you see her picking it out. And to see that up close and personal, it was gruesome, but I loved it though. That's part of a wrestling. You know what I mean? So overall, it was just a real good experience. And then even like the following match, so my stepson he got blood on him again. And it was real cool.
So Bones
So
Bones just jumped the gun, huh?
so Bones, how often do they do shows or set shows up?
I believe it's monthly. They're actually going to be in Kissimmee next week, and then the following week they're going to be in Deerfield, I believe.
Oh, so they're moving around. They don't go
Yeah,
in one place. Okay.
right.
That sounds good, man. That kind of wish I was there.
Yeah, I just walked back in, so I guess he was just giving the rundown of the show. Were you done, Bones?
Yeah, I was done.
Yeah, because I want to get into these. I want to get into some of these individual matches, because when I tell you how pleased I was at that show, like it was crazy. But here's the real reason why I was pleased about it, because my wife and my daughter were there. They never been to an indie show. I went to this same company a few years ago with Zay and Bones. That's where that's where I met Mick Foley. But that was in the high school gym. So yeah, wrestlers in the high school gym. CCW has their own warehouse, and when I tell you, like it's it's what you would think independent promotion is. That warehouse can't be more than like 50 by 50, and then they had a 16 by 16 cage in the middle. So you with no AC. So you imagine what it felt like in there. How many people do you guys think was in there?
I would say about 150, maybe. Yeah, I mean, it couldn't have been more than that, but the atmosphere was amazing, and it's like you lose, like you said, the setting was extremely intimate, and it's just having that front row access and interacting with all the wrestlers before, well, not even before, but like during and after the show. It was pretty fun. It exceeded my expectations. I've been to CCW events before, but and like I heard Bones say earlier, I know he said, well, I also felt like, oh, every match can be a cage match. That's going to be excessive, but it turned out like they pulled it off. They pulled it off.
I loved how they worked that, because when you told me that it was a cage match, every match, I'm like, ugh. I'm like, indie match. Because I'm thinking, I'm like, man, indie match, it's just going to be a nasty blood fest everywhere. It's going to be nothing but garbage wrestling. But they worked every match individually. So it's like the cage was just an accessory that was used perfect. But one thing I want to say, when you have a crowd like that, because I talk about how intimate the crowd setting is. We walked in there, we were like 10, 13 deep, something like that. We were deep. So
it was 12 of us. Like I literally had to, because when I got the first 5 tickets, I literally had to call the promoter, and he put in extra seats for us and whatnot. So we had that whole wall to ourselves. And that was another good thing about it too. I didn't have to worry about standing up and blocking nobody's view, because I'm a tall guy. So you can stand up, get as close to the ring as you want to, and take your pictures. You ain't got to worry about them thinking you're finna interfere in the match, because it's a cage there. So you can literally like get up to the cage and snap photos.
Yeah, it was I figured it was about 200 people in there, but you say 150. I mean, it sounded great in there because it was lively the entire night. But what I loved about it is the mix of people that was in there. So it wasn't all because everybody's like, oh, you watch that hillbilly stuff and blah blah blah. No, it was Asian people in there, it was black people in there, it was Spanish people in there, it was white people in there, everybody giving everybody dap. Everybody high five, you know what I'm saying? Because wrestling, we love wrestling. And when wrestling is on, we don't give a damn about nothing else. We don't care about who doesn't like who, nothing like that. We're all wrestling fans, and we just want to be entertained. And we were entertained that night. So I got a special guest in the studio, because they want to talk about their experience, their first their first independent wrestling show. So don't get scared now. Step up to the mic. How you doing? You got talking to the mic.
Good.
No, you gotta talking to the mic.
Big Mama, stop.
Can you guys hear her? I don't know why
Big Mama.
They can't see you. Just talk. They can't see you.
I'm good.
Okay, now they can hear you. So you went to your first independent wrestling show. How was it?
It was amazing.
What did you like the most?
I don't know. I liked everything.
You liked everything. At first, you were scared though.
I know.
Like she was crying. Like at first, when the first guy came out, oh man, let me bring this up. When the first guy came out, she was crying. So the first match was the Bus and Nick Turner. So this is what really got me about this show, because y'all see when we do stuff like this, I look at like all the other stuff. And the first thing I did, because independent wrestlers, you think they look like CM Punk. These guys were in shape. The majority of them, like they were in shape. Their ring gear looked good. I was like, holy crap, this promotion got it right. Like these guys were nice. Not everybody was overly muscular, but you had some guys that looked like they were TV ready. Their trunks fit them. It wasn't like hanging off of them and stuff like that. Like, so whoever the promoter is, he got a good thing going on there. But man, this match was just a fun. I mean, I can't give you no commentary on this. This was just a fun match. This big guy in the yellow is the Bus, and he was the baby face. And he had the crowd going, man. It was crazy, man. Like they put on a hell of a show for us. So what else did you like about the show?
I don't know.
You don't know? No. All right, well, we'll get back to what happened with you. So that was the first match. So the most over guy of the night, and y'all would agree with me, was Ali, right?
Yeah, Ozzy. He was pretty over. He was pretty over. Hey, and I want to go back to one thing that I noticed when I first walked in. The pictures of them paying homage to the old school. Yeah. I really respected that. I really respected that.
Yeah, Dusty Rhodes was on the wall, because I think, if I'm not mistaken, Dusty Rhodes had a hand in helping them.
Yeah, he did. He used to periodically, come up and help train and stuff like that.
Dusty helping everybody.
And that's why Dusty is so beloved, because even me, people of my generation, I'm a 90s baby. I know a lot about Dusty Rhodes, and I have a lot of respect for him, because a lot of the wrestlers that I look up to and I love today were inspired by Dusty Rhodes.
Dusty Rhodes was on the wall. Magnum TA was on the wall. Gerald Briscoe, and I want to say the other guy was Eddie Graham. I don't remember who the other guy was. But the best thing that happened though is when the show started, all the power went out. Like I was like, oh God.
I actually thought that was the start of the show until they announced it.
Man, listen, hey, the power went out, and I'm like, oh God, here we go. And you see the promoter like just like frantically trying to, get everything going, and everybody start doing the Bray Wyatt. So we just pulled out our phones and start doing the fireflies, and then he got everything back up and going, and man, and it was awesome. But this Ozzy, what's his name? Ozzy? This Ozzy guy.
Ozzy.
Like, I don't like, why was he so over, man? Like, this guy was over.
Yeah, I don't know. I've seen him before. I saw him at another show that I went to, where he wrestled the guy Agony from the main event. Or either he wrestled him or they were on teams, but like he wasn't as over then as he is now.
Man, bro, that guy was like, I'm like, man, the crowd was just, the crowd was in his every move. So this is, again, because I watch all this stuff. They say I'm a wrestling elitist, but I'm not. I just like things that make sense. Here's a show, and I follow them on YouTube now, so I see they actually do backstage promos and stuff, so they build to their matches. But here I am. I go into this match cold. You're in a cage match, independent show, not televised outside of them videotaping for YouTube. And this guy is working the elbow. He's working the arm in a cage match. And it was so believable. Like, he worked, everything he did made sense in the match. Like, they worked a hole. That's all I ask you to do. I think there was only like maybe 5 super kicks thrown the entire night at an independent show. But I'm supposed to believe that the young, but never mind.
Hey, Trevor, don't start, Trevor. Don't start, man.
You meant to say.
What you saying, Mike?
I said you meant to say Usos, right?
Yeah, they throw a lot of super kicks too.
Okay. Go ahead,
One
Bone.
thing, too. Every match had its own stipulation for the most part.
Yeah.
So I think that's what kept the cage fresh because it wasn't all just escape the cage or nothing like that. Like that match was a tap, snap, or nap, right?
Yeah, that was the name of it. Yeah. What?
So yeah, it was pretty good. And the guy who he was wrestling, I don't remember his name, but he kind of looked like he was dressed like for MMA.
Yeah, that guy looked like he was main roster ready. Like he was in some impeccable shape. He almost had a talking about Street Fighter. He almost gave me God, what's that guy? Remember on Street Fighter when they start introducing like and Bison, when you can get those characters and Bison and Vega. There was another guy, I think his name was
Balrog.
Balrog. No, Balrog was the boxer.
Yeah.
It was another guy.
Saget.
Yeah, Saget. The Muay Thai fight. That's the vibes that guy gave me. Like he just every time he hit a move, he went back to his stance. And again, this is an independent show. Like these guys were doing the damn thing. They were working holes. They were selling. And even at the end of this match, Ozzy, so the match ended where Ozzy, wasn't it Ozzy or Ozzy? Ozzy, where his manager threw in the towel. And look at that, a towel throw at an indie show. And he was selling it so bad, like he was upset with her. He was going to turn on her because he was upset. Like, why did you throw in the towel? And she's trying to tell him, like, look, bro, you're gonna I didn't want you to get hurt. I didn't want you to. So to play off on that, you got to go to their YouTube channel and you'll see them doing a backstage interview where they're talking about it. And the storyline is almost like, I guess she causes him to lose all the time. Or so he's saying that the match that they're having this week in Deerfield, or no, they're in Port St. Lucie this week, is he has to win this match. Doesn't sound like me. He has to win this match. He has to win this match. So they got storylines. You just got to follow them on YouTube. And I think they're it's either Coastal Championship Wrestling or CCW Wrestling on YouTube. Either way, but I found them off of the website. But they do storylines and everything like that. Man, they run the promotion good, man. It's called like the Last Territory. That's how they build themselves. The Last Territory.
Hey,
man. It's awesome.
My bad. One of the I heard one of the fans when he was mad at her for throwing in the towel. He was like, "Oh, it's because she loves you." I thought that was kind of funny.
And then when you in that type of setting, man, it's like you get to just hear the raw emotion, and you around the fans that's gonna react. Like it's the fans. Like it's just, man, it was awesome, man. And after the first match, that's when my daughter started getting really into it because I think she was afraid of the big bus because he was so big. So let's go to the third match. I can't see these names. Lindsay Snow versus Nicolette Luciero. So even this match, like, so what's up?
No, go ahead. I'm gonna let you finish.
So like this match had its own thing too. So you got the heel, which was the girl on the right, and she had a manager, and the manager just kept getting involved, and they kept trying to get it out of the cage. They got it out of the cage, and then the one thing I felt like they overdid in this match a lot was the chops. Like I just felt like they just wanted to get that one real good sound of the chop, and fans love the chops, so it was like, but I think that's the one thing that was my one criticism of this match, is that I feel like they overdid it with the chops.
Hey, I really respected how like we were the only ones on our side, but a lot of wrestlers still came and played to our side.
Yeah,
like we were. That's what at least amount of fans were.
Hey, Lindsay Snow, This is my second time seeing her wrestle. I seen her wrestle for another promotion in AWA in Daytona. And when I first seen her, like I instantly, knew that, that she would be something good, or I felt like she had good skills. And like I was saying before, she's a jiu-jitsu. I don't know if she got a black belt, but she's a jiu-jitsu practitioner, and she actually do a lot of jiu-jitsu competitions. And she be submitting girls and thrashing girls, in these competitions or whatever. So it makes sense for this to be a submission match because she's a submission specialist, and she pretty cool. I'm a fan of her.
And some of the angles that they worked, as far as like the finishes to matches, were more original than what you would see in mainstream wrestling. Like the way that match finished, I didn't see that coming.
Yeah, that's what I'm telling you, man. Like this match just worked. I mean, this entire event just worked because I'm going in. I'm like, Indy is going to be a car crash, and that's it. But these jokers went in there. They worked holes. The managers did their cheating behind the refs' backs. Like, what's the point of having a manager if they're not going to do any cheating? You know what I'm saying? They had a towel throw in. I think you only had one ref bump the entire night. One ref bump, and they saved it. They saved it for the end. It was two.
No, I say it was a good one. I'll wait till the end though.
Yeah, it was like they had. Well, my daughter's saying two. I don't remember the second one. I know they had the one.
One is when the girls were fighting and somebody kicked the ref in the eye.
Yeah.
Yes, you're right.
Yeah, that was around the time. That was when the match ended. Good job, Leia.
Yeah,
and
she got. I heard my baby. I heard my baby break that down. Yeah, that was on. I forgot that is because the ref didn't know who she really was counting.
Yeah. Because she really.
So what happened was Lindsay Snow had I can't think of her name, but she had the Spanish girl up. No, she had the Spanish girl up, and she was gonna slam her almost like she was gonna do a Samoan drop. And when she spun her around, she kicked the referee in the eye, and then she dropped the girl on the ground, and then the manager jumped in the cage and tried to attack Lindsay Snow. Lindsay Snow put her in the sub, and then the manager started tapping. And so then the referee, and then when she let go, the manager rolled out of the ring, and the ref heard a tap, but it's like she assumed that it was the opponent who tapped, and so she called the match. And us wrestling fans, like, I know if I can do it, I'm pretty sure y'all can do it. When you watching wrestling, you pretty much know what's gonna happen. Like, okay, this is gonna be the end, and I know how they're gonna play this. And Roman Reigns on this team, but they can't win the belt, so he's not gonna get pinned. But it's like that was one of the things where it was unpredictable. Like I didn't see that happening.
Yeah, like
and it always makes you feel good when they catch you off guard because it don't happen often.
Yeah, that show was, man. That show was. I can't believe that I'm gloating this much over a show that I didn't know one person on the card. So let's see. This next match. Okay, so here we go. So in the tag team championship match. So this is where we start. I will say that this company, CCW, their belts look better than anything WWE has.
True.
Their tag team championships, the Southeastern Championship, and their world title. Their world title is basically just the AEW belt on a different color strap. But all their belts were beautiful belts, like belts that you would want to own as a wrestling fan. So you have the crown. And like these jokers, when they came out, they come out full, like Road Warrior shoulder pads. Like I'm talking about ripped to the gills, just big jokers. And they came, man, one of them gave me a high five. I thought my damn hand was going to fly off. He hit my hand so hard. Like it was like these jokers look main rock. If these guys were to show up in NXT and wreck shop, I'd be like, yep, you're right. I see. Yeah, these jokers were awesome, but I like the team that they wrestled more because the team that they wrestled more, what was their name? The Night Riders. So they got the one guy that's They got the one guy that's that's in shape, but then they got the one out of shape guy that calls himself beautiful and talks about how gorgeous he is, almost like
Beautiful Bobby.
Yeah, like beautiful Bobby or Dennis Condrey. Like I
Hey,
mean,
that's the exact vibe I got. Bobby Eaton when I seen him come out.
like they played to the crowd so well because he was talking about all you wish you were beautiful. One of them carries them. Were they the ones that had the mirror around their neck?
Yeah. Yes.
Like this guy has a mirror.
Yeah.
Like the most not attractive dudes walking in the ring. That's how you work. That's how you work heel.
Yep.
That's a wrestling heel. Bro, that man.
Yeah,
This
I want
show was phenomenal, man.
For this match. This is when my son stuck his hand out to get a high five, and the guy kicked his hand, and I thought that was pretty cool. And then they did a spot where the classic spot where the heels try to throw the faces into each other, and they do a reversal, and they actually did that, and they hit heads with each other. And I'm pretty sure that he got cut for real. Like he didn't blade this up because instantly, like I seen him just start gushing.
Man,
this one the blood got on my son, and that was pretty cool.
Man, he was leaking like a water faucet, man. My daughter was like, like I mean, but at this point, so here's the thing. So she's like, but at the same time, she's like, get him. Like so her and my wife, they just going nuts. Like the whole time they just and I'm like me as a wrestling fan, I'm sitting there. I've been watching this forever, just like the proudest, like a proud dad moment, almost like, damn, man, we sharing this type of moment. And all of us were there with our family. So we like all our girls and kids and everything like that, like getting into the action. So the girls that were there weren't sitting on their hands. Hell, at most points, they were louder than us. Everybody just like getting into the action. And it was a great family night, man.
I was gonna say even my mom was turned up.
Your mom.
Just part of the last ones in there.
And also in this match, that spot off the top of the cage was pretty cool too. I didn't even realize he was on top of the cage, and he literally right there in front of me to my right. And then my daughter was like, "Where's the other guy? Oh my God, he's up there!" And then right as she said that, I looked up and he flipped off. But the missus was saying that when they bumped heads, she could see the stars in Buddy's eyes. Like he was literally seeing stars. Like he was dazed.
Bro, he was bleeding bad. Like he was, well, we'll talk about the blade job later that we saw, but I knew that wasn't no blade job. He was bleeding bad. Like when I saw that, man, I'm like, good Lord, man. And then you see the blood and you see the blood on the floor, like right in front of us. I'm like,
Yeah, that was pretty cool too. Hey, but didn't we skip a match?
Well, I don't have them in no order. I'm just
okay. Because I know they had that battle royal inside the cage.
So that that was sort of the escape.
That's it.
So escape the Kumite match. Even this was good. Like they had all the guys in the back come out, fill up the cage, and it was a reverse battle royal basically. In order to win, you got to escape the cage. I thought it was a real good concept. I don't know the name of the guy that won. I forget who won.
Oh, his name is Skip. And you know what's crazy? When I first saw him come out, my daughter and the missus was saying how they wanted him to win. And I feel like, honestly, he was my favorite character of the night. Especially, and then I'm glad he won. And the way he won was so like, he reminded you of like the Joker. And the way he won was kind of like playful. How he got springboarded into the ropes and just climbed out. But he waited to wave bye to the guy. And I'll talk more about him later. But I will say that I came home and watched some of his promos, and he literally he'll be talking in one way, and then his voice would just switch. He say he got like 9 different personalities. He pretty cool. I think I'm a fan.
Yeah. One thing I would say, he was in our little corner, like where we were, and he was getting thrashed like the whole match for the most part. And we was even saying like, damn, like fight back, fight back, because this guy was just stomping the mud hole in him like on multiple occasions. And so it was like a good underdog come from behind kind of story. It was pretty cool. And like
But
my brother said,
and
his promos, yeah, it's pretty on point. And we'll talk about it later. But yeah, he pretty cool.
um also like how in a classic battle royal or Royal Rumble, the big guys have the advantage, and he was the smallest thing in the cage, and he won the match. And he was the smallest guy in the cage, and the whole time the biggest guy in the cage was just stomping a mud hole in him. And also, remember that bump that they did where the 2 guys were on top of the cage? It was like the suplex power bomb.
Yeah.
The Tower of Doom.
Yeah, they again. So here we are, like 5 or 6 matches in though, and they like there's no crazy high spots or no over the top things. Like they basically did a straightforward match. I mean, this match was an over the top escape the cage match, but even this wasn't like over the top. It wasn't over the top, but it was just good. So when the guy won, everybody was just popped. Like it was just like, yeah, it was a good payoff. Like it worked. It's just, man, I really hope this company does really good, man, because I'll be going to more shows definitely, because this was fun, man. Like this I would love for all of, like Venkat, wherever we have it, if we have to meet halfway or something, we all meet up for one or something, because this, I like to support these guys, because I always say the first indie show I went to a couple of years ago with these guys was CCW, and that's when we saw AJ Francis, and I remember saying to AJ Francis, I'm like, man, ain't gonna be long before you on a WWE roster, and not even a year later he was on NXT as part of Hit Row. So I'm like, so it's good to be able to see them and like watch their journey and stuff like that. So yeah, I love it, man. This is awesome. And then the fact that my daughter, gets into it the way she does. So I think this may have been the most over guy of the night. So for which belt was this for? I think this is the one that was for the Southeastern
title. It was for the Southeastern title.
So Mito versus Cha-Cha?
Charlie.
Cha-Cha.
So Cha-Cha.
Last time we went to AEW, he was actually there. He AEW grabbed some of the local guys.
Yeah,
he was there, and he teamed up with someone else, and they went against the Acclaim.
Hey, I hate when you do it.
Don't worry, Bonez. They be cutting me off all the time. They'll steal my thunder.
Yeah, he said, because me and him always say what each other finna say before we say it. So, but that that guitar shot was crazy. That was like a get the flag match, right, with the kendo sticks.
Yeah, this was a kendo stick up on the top of the cage match. So because Lil Mama's over here going crazy. Hold on, let me. Because she wants to get her album says she want to get her stuff in. So what you guys say about this match? Talking to Mike.
I loved it. It was probably my favorite match.
And we're gonna show what happened. So yeah, what Zay was talking about, the ending of the match. So you guys heard that screech?
Yeah.
When
No,
he
we
got
didn't.
in? Yeah, that was Lil Mama just screaming when he lost. So so at the end of the night, the ring announcer came out and they were clearing out the go ahead.
Explain.
Go ahead. Talking to Mike.
When they were cleaning out the ring, there was one part that kept on falling out. And then since I was like in the first spot, he gave one of the pieces of the guitar to me. Then at the end of the night, everyone was getting stuff signed if they got a part. And then Cha-Cha signed the piece of the guitar.
So we got how you can see it. So we got the guitar, the exploder guitar. It's funny because I made a Jeff Jarrett thing when it happened that you break 1 million guitars but don't draw it down. So it's just like, but yeah, she loved it. So this is her asking him at the end of the night.
Oh shit! You guys want me to sign the shit I got beat up with?
Make sure you say thank you, okay, baby?
I better not see this on eBay. You better bid on that show, man. Yeah, man.
Yeah, man, that was just
That's awesome. That's awesome, right there.
Yeah, that was just like, yeah, she was like, no, you gotta make sure to show him the guitar. It's like, but again, man, like as a kid, because I don't know about y'all, but as a kid, I didn't go to my first wrestling show. I started watching wrestling when I was 5. I didn't go to my first wrestling show until I was 21, and I bought my own ticket. So as a kid, my daughter has already been to like 4 or 5 shows. Like only
2.
It's just 2?
SmackDown and then CCW.
Oh, okay. Well, see.
And I was crying.
So look at me being Vince McMahon, inflating the numbers.
Yep. Exactly.
I'm gonna do better. And Cha-Cha, he been with the promotion since I've been going, and I've done a lot of events with them behind the scenes, and I've been, as a fan a lot of times too. And pretty much every CCW event I go to, Cha-Cha is there.
But you say he was on what, like an AEW dark match?
Yeah, he was an AEW dark match. He was a jobber to somebody, basically, to a part of a tag team.
Yeah, they jobbed out to the Acclaimed, but I don't even think that was dark. I think that was like one of the last matches on
It was
that was
Rampage.
before the it was on Rampage.
But even so, even then, this was a weapons match. Well, this wasn't the weapons match. The weapons match was the weapons match was the main event. Yeah. So even this match, even though it was a kendo stick match, they had 2 kendo sticks. That's it. 2. I can't tell you the amount of times I watched WWE and they have 50 kendo sticks in the match. I'm like, where the hell? I want a kendo stick. Where you get a kendo stick from? Like, I'm trying to figure out why they got so many.
Abdullah the Butcher.
Yeah. They got all these kendo sticks in the ring. These guys had 2 kendo sticks, and that was it. And the match still ended with a guitar shot. And I like that. I know come on, the guitar was gimmicked. And it's funny because we were right. The shot happened right in front of us. So you were able to see it, but he took it like a champ, man. I ain't let nobody hit me in the head like that. I don't care, gimmicked or not. Like, that thing exploded. When it hit, that bad boy exploded, man. That wasn't no Jeff Jarrett soft hit. That was I'm trying to knock you out hit.
Like little. Yeah, and if you look, he didn't even put his hands up. He, like you said, he straight up ate that shot.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Again, man, I'm not eating no shot like that. Yeah, I'm putting my hands up. To hell with that, bro. Like that man. At this point, I'm like, man, we got our $25 because it was so great, man. Because I love. For me, it's all about the atmosphere, man. And when you got other people having a good time, and look at this, it wasn't even no liquor involved. Normally, I'm be at a Dolphin game. I've been through like 5 or 6 beers already. Like this match, I'm at regular wrestling events. I'm already drinking. This you didn't drink. They had a little concession stand over in the corner. We got a bottle of water and some Coke, and that was it. So it's like you sitting there and you just enjoying the moment. And I can't stress enough the diversity of the people. There was Asian people in there. There was Asian people in there just enjoying wrestling. Everybody high five and everybody giving dab. Like, you know, it was crazy, man. It was crazy.
I don't know why I'm so nervous to get a high five by a wrestler.
Yeah, I don't know why. Mike, did you ever get a chance to check out the tickets? Because they're coming up by you.
For some strange reason, my job starts. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
No, my job starts before anything opens and ends when everything closes. And then I got to run here, and I have my baby this week, so I'm parenting. I was about to get off, but I was enjoying hearing your daughter speak. So,
oh yeah, I didn't let her know until I got home that I was going, you know, that she was going to come on. Hey, Venkat and Chris, just so you guys know, you guys' pictures aren't showing as far as your avatar.
Well, it's showing on my screen right now.
No,
but I see what you're saying on the TV. On the TV, it doesn't show. Yeah, that happened earlier with MD and then the other guy that was on too. Yeah, I don't know why.
Blank.
So
because even put you back in that room.
What was in that? So the main event was the weapons match, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So the next match was and this, because I'd nitpick this had it been a big a TV organization. I don't think your title should play second fiddle to anything. But in the co-main, they had their world champion, the CCW world champion. What's his name? Ariel Levy versus Alan 526 Martinez. Again, if you go on their YouTube channel, these two apparently had some type of issue as to why this match happened. But the guy's belt is beautiful, man. He is the AEW, it's the AEW belt, but it just says CCW on it. But it's on an orange strap, like a burnt orange strap, not even a who's Donald Trump up here? Not even it's like a nice burnt orange strap, man.
Excuse me.
And
it's funny how you said orange and that popped up.
like oh, so it's like it was a good match, man. And the champion, oh boy, the champion bled a gusher, but unfortunately we saw him blade right in front of us.
Hey, I've been to a lot of events and stuff like that and been close up, but that was my first time actually seeing a blade job and seeing like his veins like pop open and just the blood start gushing out. And around this time, this is the second time when my son got blood on him. He was gushing pretty bad.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. They don't need to be doing stuff like that. It's not necessary.
Yeah, they were. Yeah, I mean, he was, and that's where I draw. That's where I'd be like, you know what, this might be overkill, but I expected to see this the whole night, and you didn't. So it happened in this match, and it happened accidentally in the tag team match because that was an accident. That injury.
Hey, Trevor, I got a question. You think they called the match early because him being woozy and stuff like that?
Oh yeah, he was out of it.
Because if you know, I feel like the match kind of could have had a little bit more to it, but it was a good match. I ain't got no complaints about it. I was just wondering.
Yeah, he was working off of sheer instinct at that point. So, little mama, what you thought about the all the blood in the
I feel like I was about to vomit.
You gotta talk in the mic.
I felt like I was about to vomit because I hate blood.
Oh, okay. It wasn't too much for you though. Like it didn't get like scary level for you.
The thumbtack part.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you just like all my co-hosts. Y'all just love to jump the gun.
What?
Just love to jump the gun.
I like it.
So the way this match ended though, the babyface was about to escape the cage, and then the Southeastern champion came Was it this? Yeah, it was the Southeastern champion. He came and did a Venkat will know this reference and did a Ric Flair Kerry Von Erich in the Sportatorium, smashed his head into the smashed the cage door into his head and pulled the champion out. And then that's how that match ended, because it was an escape the cage. Oh, that's what I wanted to say. So I'm not a fan of the escape the cage stipulation. Normally, when I see it on TV, being there in person makes all the difference in the world. It is very dramatic.
Hey, Trevor, are you not a fan of it because you're cool? I was.
Wait, hold on. I hear a lot of noise. Wait, say that again.
I said, are you not a fan of it because you're old school and back in the day that's how it was? Is that why you're not a fan of the escape method? Because back in the day it wasn't no escape method, or you had to.
No, but if I put two people in the octagon, what are they trying to do? Knock each other out, right?
Correct.
They're not trying to run from each other.
Correct.
If I put you in the gladiator arena, you're trying to, they told me I had to say what Mike said, I gotta say unlife or something like that. They're trying to unalive. You. Yeah, they're trying to unalive you. They're not trying to run from you. And I think they made that stipulation for Hulk Hogan, and I think that's why I never liked it, because seeing him lumber to climb over that cage so carefully, putting one leg over, and it just never was. It was always stupid to me. I like NWA's cage matches. You had to just stay there and take it like a man. A cage match ended the feud. That's it. If I put you in a cage, that means it's a blood feud.
But another question: what's your favorite cage type?
War games.
No, I'm saying as far as like the blue cage and like the current kind of cage style,
No, I love the old school cages, the chain link fence.
Yeah,
I love the old school cages.
Hey, I will say this though, maybe it was just me, but when he bladed, I kind of got a kick out of that.
So okay.
I don't know if I'm just bloodthirsty or what, but I got a kick out of it, and the way he did it was so smooth, like a magician.
But it wasn't okay. It may have been smooth because we saw it.
We was right there. That's why it wasn't smooth to us, but nobody else seen that though. Like no other fans seen what we seen,
And not only were we right there, but it's like, again, when you have a history of watching wrestling, you watch it different from the casual fan. You get what I'm saying? So it's like, I didn't see him pull it out, but I saw when he was doing it, and I saw him put it back. But I kind of got a kick out of it. That was the first time I ever actually saw it when it happened. Like, I mean, I've seen it on TV, but that's the first time actually seeing somebody do it live in person.
Okay, so now here's so they had a cage. Every match was a cage stipulation. So the blood added. I will say the blood did add to it. I rather they use a little theatrics and use some blood packs. I would have been better with that, especially that we were so close to the action. When we're with a group of people and the same kid gets bled on twice, that means we're a little too close.
Yeah. Hey, one of my dream scenarios is to go to a UFC fight and get blood on my shirt.
Oh man.
No, but as a kid, I always wanted to bring a sign and have a heel take it and rip it up in front of me. I always wanted to have that happen to me.
Yeah, that I love. Yeah, Venkat keep changing these avatars. Yeah, that I would love to happen, man. One of the best things was Sasha Banks and Bayley at NXT Takeover, where Lizzie was out there, Lizzie, whatever her name is, and Sasha Banks grabbed her she grabbed her sign and ripped it, and then she took her headband. Like, I was like, man, that's a heel move if I ever seen one.
Oh yeah.
Super Saiyan.
Oh, so before we get into it, I always like to do this and put people on the spot. So how do you feel about Bianca Belair not being the champion?
Well, if I'm that mad, if I wasn't that mad, I would still be watching SmackDown right now. I never watch it anymore.
So she has made the decision to not watch SmackDown anymore because Bianca Belair isn't the champion.
And they should make her the SmackDown champion and move Asuka.
Sometimes you gotta stand for your beliefs. Sometimes you gotta stand on it.
She's talking about that's not helping. All right, so to the main event. All right. So the main event again, another over the top match, but it was so phenomenal. Like it was crazy how good this match was. You have the babyface Agony versus Alex
Ocean.
How you say his name?
I believe he said Alex Ocean.
Yeah, Alex Ocean with an X though.
Yeah.
So Alex Ocean, first of all, looks like CM Punk body wise.
Hey,
so he looks like he comes out just looking like, I'm like, man, this dude about to get annihilated. But obviously he got to be dope if they put it in the main event spot over the championship. And he's wrestling Agony. So Agony is this big, like just this big brooding guy with this mask on and a Jason suit with the arms cut out to show how massive he is. But he's the baby face. Like he's the freaking baby face. And he comes, and again, all the wrestlers, kudos to them, they played to us. I guess because our tickets were, we had the ringside K-side tickets. That probably was in the deal, like, hey, play to the VIPs, but they played to us. Mostly everybody came over at some point and gave us props or dab or something, whatever. But this big guy comes out. I mean, and at this point, I'm just losing it because I'm like, man, you know what? To hell with it. You call me whatever you want, call me a dork, whatever. I love wrestling. Deal with it. And I don't know one person on this card, but every person on this card made me a believer, like just had me just standing up going crazy. So this match, this was this is what you would call the garbage match, but the only reason I say that is just because this was the weapons match, and it wasn't even garbage by terms of what you see on weekly television as far as garbage. The one spot that I didn't like, and again, it's because they were facing us. So Agony is inside the garbage can, and the opening of the garbage can is facing us. So we can see that there's like a half a foot gap between his face and the garbage can. So the Ocean guy is tagging him with the kendo stick, but you could clearly see that it's not affecting them. But I mean, that's why you suspend disbelief. But apart from that, man, I thought this match was great.
The one with
wait, hold on, Zay. She just gave us look like you just cut her off. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I would call him like a skeleton version of Uncle Howdy.
The skeleton version of Uncle Howdy.
And I know that's the mask.
Yeah, his mask was dope though, because what Nene was telling me, I didn't even realize that it kind of was like it fit to his face. It wasn't like the Uncle Howdy mask is just a hard mask.
Yeah, like when his mouth moved, the mask mouth moved.
Yeah, like he had that. That I would buy. Like they need to sell those ASAP.
But I like how actually this is the match that I thought you was gonna hate the least, because I feel like it's not like you more into like the old school wrestling storytelling, and I feel like you don't really like the hardcore stuff as much. So it's like I felt like this match had John Moxley written all over it for you. But when he pulled out the barbed wire, I was like, oh snap. That was pretty cool. And then the thumbtack spot, that's what did it for me. I was wondering what was in And the way they had it, they didn't have it like in a normal bag. He had like one of those plastic takeout containers. And so I'm thinking like what are they gonna pull out of there? And then he pulled the thumbtacks out, and I was just like, oh snap.
Hey, hold on. Thumbtacks, you say? Hold on.
One more time. One more time. One more time. One more time.
Yeah, that was me yelling. But
that was you. Hey, but that's not even the one. That was the one where the ref got the thumbtack. Go ahead. Because she just want. Go ahead.
No, I wasn't trying to talk.
Oh, that's.
I just don't want to see the clip.
Hey Trevor, you was kind of body shaming my boy Alice Ocean. I will say, he is one of their top attractions, and he wrestled for different promotions and stuff like that. I've been following him a little bit too. But he was a lot bigger. I was even telling my girl when I seen him, I was like, damn, I ain't seen him in about a year, and he lost a lot of weight. Like, if you think he not fit now, he had probably, I would say, 20 more pounds on him.
Well, I did say though that he got to be good though, because they got him in the main event spot.
Yeah, he like their top heel basically.
Hey fellas, I gotta go. Van Cat, please keep the pictures coming. I'm dying over here. Much love to all of y'all.
You're killing me with these damn avatars.
Much love to all of y'all. I'm gonna holler at you, Trevor. I guess I have to speak my piece another time about the debate.
Yeah, well, see, because I wasn't gonna. Man, I wish you would have been on Yanga's show earlier. That's where we really went down and broke it down. Well, if we start, okay. So what we'll do, we'll start earlier on Monday for Man Talk Monday, and I'll let you get out what you're saying, because I'm not. I don't. If you're saying it, then that's one thing, because I don't want to come off as being critical to the league, because I'm in the league, so I don't want to come off as being
I'm not
critical.
in yet. I can be bitter as I want to.
Yeah, I'll let you. Yeah, you can say whatever you want. Just, long as you don't outright disparage them, but
Nah. I think Angel wanted to fade though. She did it like she wanted to hit me. Hey, much love. Peace to all of y'all. Y'all have a great one. All right. Much love.
All right. Hey, don't eat all those mangoes, man.
Sir, there's only 4 left.
Man.
Why you think I've been quiet all this time?
Man.
I'm about to pass out in the carb coma.
You want to say something?
No.
What?
Nothing.
Oh. Hey, now you get in front of the microphone. Now you like your daddy. You don't want to be quiet. All right, hold on. I got one more video from that.
Kicked out.
Yeah, so I was okay now, because Mr. Purist over here, but I was okay with it. I was okay with it, because I'm like, hey, these two got to be a big deal. And the thing is, I think this was like maybe the 3rd false finish in the entire match. So it wasn't. I'm okay. Okay, so let's just do this. The matches you're going to see this weekend with Kenny Omega and Will Ospreay, I'm saying over 20 false finishes. This match had 4.
The false finish issue is because everybody want to be Macho Man and Ricky Steamboat from WrestleMania 3. That's what's doing it. Everybody's trying to emulate that match, even today.
Who Chris got on the avatar? That looks like I know that's
Raven, Goldberg, Kevin Nash, Hollywood.
Okay. Okay,
that's a video game cover. I was gonna say that's a throwback video game.
Yep.
So was somebody playing like The Price is Right earlier? Because I kept hearing like a ding, 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 like somebody watching The Price is Right.
I don't know what that is, man.
Yeah, earlier when Chris.
I heard it too. I think that was Chris. I think that was his background.
Yeah, when Chris
That
was
was,
doing the NXT report, I'm like, damn, is he watching The Price is Right?
hey. That was my people's. That was definitely watching that.
I didn't even know that still came on. I was just guessing, like, damn. So, wait a minute. Alex Ocean won this match.
Yes.
Yeah, he won. Yeah.
And
That's
that was. Wait a minute. What was the finish on this one?
It came right after the ref took the bump. I don't remember what he did, but I feel like it had something to do with the chair. It involved the chair.
Oh, concerto.
Yeah. He hit him with the concerto. Oh, and the concerto looked fantastic.
What is that? What is that?
That's when what Edge does, where he'll have you laying on one chair and then he'll.
Oh, okay.
The other one.
Oh, I remember that.
It looked fantastic. Like it looked fantastic.
Is that what Rhea Ripley did to Edge's wife?
Yeah, Rhea Ripley did that to Beth Phoenix.
Shout out to Rated RKO.
Bro, that concerto looked so nasty, and then at the end, Agony sat up like the Undertaker. But it listen, the show was. I thought the show was awesome. Like I haven't had that, and I've been to a lot of wrestling shows. I haven't had that much fun. Just normally you have fun at a wrestling show if you're a wrestling fan, but you go to Monday Night Raws, Monday Night Raw in particular, because they tape every damn thing there. So you end up being there for over 4 hours. SmackDowns are good. I'd rather go to SmackDowns, but going to this show, like the time just went. Like the time went by, there was no filler. All the matches, nothing overstayed as welcome. Like everything was just it. And then at the end of the night, I got just random white guy coming up to me, giving me a high five. Like, man, that was awesome. I'm like, yeah, bro, that was like, yeah, like I'll be back. I'll definitely be back. It was crazy, man.
Better.
So Trevor, what do you rate it then? What would be you guys' overall rating each?
I just for what it was, I mean, I got to give it like a 8.5. And the only reason I don't give it higher is just because of where we were sitting, and there were certain things that I saw that you just can't unsee, like the tombstone into the garbage. Like you clearly see how he was a foot above the garbage, but that's safety issues, and you don't see that type of stuff on TV. Because of camera angles, but yeah, so just stuff like that just took it down a couple of points. But I thought it was tremendous, man.
I would give it a 9.
I would have. Go ahead.
No, I said 9 out of 10.
What you gave it?
9.
You gave it a 9. It was awesome, man.
Are you wanting to say?
I'm sorry. I would have gave it a 9. I would have gave it a 9, but then it's like, to actually see the experience that the kids had afterwards, getting to meet and greet with the wrestlers and whatnot, to me that bumped it up for a 10. Like when I came home, like my kids still talking about that, both of them. So it's like that just made like my favorite part of the whole thing was seeing how much fun they had on top of how much fun I had. And the guy Skits, talking to him after the show.
Yeah,
he reminded me of Mark Calloway, the way he stayed in character. He didn't break character not once.
Yeah.
And I really appreciated that.
So, yeah, go ahead, Bones.
I was gonna say, with Skits, I got him to take a picture of my kids, and even when I was talking to him, he was completely in character, and he was like going high pitch, and like he had one pupil a different color than the other, and he definitely plays the character.
Their champion told me don't get near his belt. Like it was. Listen, it was awesome, man. I give it an 8.5 just because of like certain things. As when I'm watching wrestling, there's certain things that I see. Like if I see thigh slaps, and let's talk about that. I can't even tell you how many thigh slaps I saw. Because I don't think I saw many. It's like everything that you would expect them to do, they didn't do. There was nothing garbage. I mean, you had your weapons match, so whatever. But there was nothing that fits that indie stigma where you like, man, this is gonna be straight garbage, man. Everything they did makes sense. They're in a steel cage working an elbow. Like, if that ain't wrestling that I love, like what else is wrestling that I love? Like that was the greatest thing.
So, what is the consensus that this is the best live event of any live show you've ever seen?
I mean, on its level though. I mean, because you got to figure. I've been to Royal Rumble. I've been to Raws. I've been to SmackDown.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter if they have the same like big arena setting or big stars. What matters is the actual enjoyment and the fun time there. Because you could be in a big arena and it doesn't equate to being fun or enjoyable.
Plenty of times, because I remember that one Armageddon show I went to. I went to 2 Armageddon shows where the Panthers play, and it was terrible. I've been to a Hell in a Cell pay-per-view, CM Punk versus Ryback. That was awful. Man, this might be the best live event.
That's what I'm saying. It sounds like this is the best live event you guys have ever seen.
Now that I'm thinking back, because like all the shows that I've been to, because all WWE has been moments. I think the most fun show I've been to, WWE show, was in 2013 when me and my wife went to SmackDown, and that's when they turned Alberto Del Rio babyface that night, and he beat Big Show in the Last Man Standing. That's when the Shield came out and they walked through the crowd by us, and like that stuff, you're like, oh crap, you never forget that. But those were just moments. Like this show, I actually felt like, because you felt like you were so much a part of it. Like if I see these guys on TV within a year, I'm gonna be like, yep, I helped them get there. Yep, I knew it. I knew, yeah. So as far as just strictly live event, it may have been my most enjoyable. And then, like Zay says, the look on the kids' faces at the end was like everything. Because my daughter like literally woke me up the next morning to my daddy, when are we going back to CCW? And she's telling me, well, you know, they're coming back on the 20-something. Are we going to that one? Like, she just like literally, that's all she want to do now is like CCW. So yeah, it was awesome.
Hey, Zencat, you in the area?
I'm in West Palm Beach.
They got a show coming to Deerfield. I think we should all go. Tickets are like $10.
When is
that?
I believe it's July 10th.
Is that a Saturday?
I think so. I'm pretty sure it's a Saturday. I gotta check back on the website.
Yeah, if it's a Saturday, I'll go. I'll definitely go if it's a Saturday.
Maybe I got the date wrong. I gotta check back, but when I check back, Trevor, I'm gonna just shoot you the link and you can share it to him. Because
definitely. Because
the guy was telling me that with this one, when you go buy the tickets, you gotta register. It's like for something about the city of Deerfield, because they're doing it at a different venue. But all tickets are $10, first come, first serve. But I don't think it's on a Saturday, because I know the 8th is a Saturday.
Oh,
okay.
Monday?
I'm gonna check right now.
Yeah, I definitely go to that, man. That was that was some fun, man. That was a fun show. That was a good question, Van Cat. Like I never looked at it that way, because I've been to so many different WWE shows, and it's like it was always moments. You know, I remember the Armageddon. I went to 2 Armageddons and I could only remember one. I went to Royal Rumble where Rey Mysterio won the Royal Rumble in 2006. I was there. I was there for Goldberg's appearance on Monday Night Raw. Like I remember the moments, but like as far as overall show, it's like WWE is so plotting, and it's just like and especially if you go to those Raw shows, oh my God. Because they got to tape whatever they tape, like main event, they tape some other crap. Then you got to sit through all the commercial breaks, and it's just like, I can't. I can't do it, man. Just give me the pay-per-views.
It's better being at the place so you don't have to see ads like everything else.
Yeah, but then you got to sit in the dark. You don't even remember. They turned the lights down during the commercials. Yeah, but definitely check that, Zay, because I want to know. I want to know, because that'd be good if we all go to one. Yeah, that was awesome. Oh shit, somebody in the, oh dang, I didn't realize Bonez was in the back.
Yo.
Yeah, I didn't realize you had fell off. But yeah, man, that's all I like. I thought the show was great, man. So what, and y'all want to get your final thoughts, and let me close this bad boy out. We're almost at 3 hours.
Yeah, that show is actually June 30th, and I won't be here. I'll be in Tampa, but they got another one. But yeah, that's the one in Deerfield, June 30th. It's at RSVP now. You just gotta go on the website, and then they got one in I think July 15th. That's the one. It's like a 8-man tournament, some kind of World Cup or something like that. But it's back at the Pompano Arena.
Oh.
But it look like they got something every week coming up for like the foreseeable future. Some of it is in St. Lucie, some of it is in Pompano, some of it is in Miami, like Bash at the Brew or something like that, some brewery.
Okay.
Hialeah.
Yeah, I ain't going to Miami.
To answer your question, Venkat, overall, the only other wrestling show that I've been to that I can probably compare it to, I would say that I went to the WrestleMania, the end of an era with Shawn Michaels, Undertaker, and Triple H. And I agree with what Trevor was saying, but it was just moments, because you always have your matches that are just like, okay, I can go to the bathroom on this one, or I can do this on that. But
yeah,
I only went to the seat one time just to go to the concession, and the time flew by. And it wasn't even the matches that I thought were just okay, this is gonna be a filler, like the Escape the Cage Battle Royal. I didn't think I was gonna enjoy that, but it ended up being pretty decent. Everything exceeded expectations. So I guess looking at it like that, when you watch a movie and you got high expectations, it don't really live up when you're not expecting much, and it exceeds. It just makes it seem that much more grander. So
how long was the overall show, Zay?
2 hours.
Yeah,
2 hours.
Yeah,
it flies.
It was the best indie I went to, but back in the old ECW days at the War Memorial Auditorium, that's timeless for me. Meeting Rob Van Dam and getting in the ring with Public Enemy and climbing the ladder with him and stuff like that. Those moments I won't forget. So I don't top that. But RVD is top 5 favorite wrestlers of all time. So I don't think you can top that, but it was the best job to do, though. Because, like I say, I've done setup for CCW stuff like that, and also went to a lot of shows. So I've been to a lot.
You breaking up, Bonez.
Is better?
Yeah.
I was saying I've been to a lot of shows because I'm a lot of times.
Oh, now it's happening again. And you were so good the whole night, like nice and clear. Chris, what you got to say while Bonez waiting to get back up here?
Yeah, I video called Chris a lot. I probably should have been taking some pictures, but I was trying to bring him in on the action.
Yeah, man. I thought when the lights went down on you, I thought the show was starting, but then you're like, the lights went out. I thought that was pretty funny. But yeah, overall, man, like, wrestling, man, like we all grew up on it, like as kids and shit, in some way, form, or fashion. I didn't go to my first wrestling show till WrestleMania when Rock wrestled Cena in Miami, you know what I mean? And
28.
Yeah. So even then, it was like big deal and stuff, and like I wasn't in wrestling no more, you know what I mean? So it's like as an adult, I feel like you go and get back into it, like it touches that childhood shit. So it's like when you bring your kids to shows and stuff and they get the same interactions, it's like, it's igniting that same thing that it did to us and stuff. So it's like at the end of the day, to see like the reaction of like the kids and stuff, that's what it's about, man. Like, them having a good time, but we're gonna have a good time too because we've been fans of this for a long time. So just to go and just like spread like that love, it's pretty good. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. All right, Bones, try it again.
No, I was just saying that I saw the CCW shows. This was the best one.
Yeah, I loved
Still
it, man.
happening.
I loved it. So, all right, fellas, we like 40 seconds away from 3 hours, and here we are. I'd be saying we need to keep these shows at 2 hours, but it is what it is. So I hope we covered it well. I hope that it gets in the hands of the CCW upper management, and maybe we get the promoter on and we get some wrestlers. Could be the beginning of a working relationship. But I definitely, Chris, I appreciate you coming over with the NXT report because, like I say, I love NXT, but I just can't watch. Like it's just too much going on. I don't even get to finish Raw every week now because I be having every damn thing in the world to do. But I appreciate that, man. Whenever you want to hop on, just go and hit the link in the chat, man. You're always welcome.
Appreciate that, man.
We here
No
every
problem.
Wednesday.
And I'll have a better I can go and take notes and stuff and go and like have something better to say about it, instead of just like this was just kind of like on the fly. So I apologize for not saying much. First time like doing a podcast or anything like that. So I'll go and actually have some better intake next time. Like I watch everything. There's a wrestling show Monday through Friday. You know what I mean? Like, I cover Impact too. You know what I mean? Like,
okay.
With that being said, like of all the wrestling shows I've ever gone to, you could ask Bones. Impact was like the most weirdest like crowd, you know what I mean? And it's like they're a known commodity, you know what I mean? So it's just like weird, but indie shows are dope too, you know what I mean? Like it's just like passionate fans, so it's like you're gonna have a really good show.
That's awesome, man. We don't turn down no reports from any organization because I at the end of the day I love pro wrestling. So and I want to see everybody succeed, especially like you said, we were kids watching this, and as adults, the show I went to Saturday like legit just reignited me, like made me be like, damn, man, I know why I love this shit so much, man, because it just does something to you. It's like me watching my Dolphins play. It just turned me for those 2 or 3 hours.
It's time for me to go. That was my cue.
Go Dolphins.
All right, fellas, I'm about to close it out. Appreciate y'all coming on.
All right, y'all. Enjoy the rest of y'all night.
Peace, everyone. Peace.
Oh, damn, I ain't think Venkat was gonna leave. All right, well, yeah, I didn't think Venkat was gonna leave, but so little mama, what's going on? Talking to you.
I don't know how it is.
How you doing?
Good.
So what did you think about the show?
It was good. I would rate it a 9 out of 10.
You would give it a 9 out of 10?
No, because all the bloodiness.
So what do you give it? I mean, if you give it a 9 out of 10, then you give it a 9 out of 10. I gave it almost a 9.
What's a 9.1?
A 9.1 then. That's even better.
9.1.
But you really enjoyed it, though.
Yes. All
right, that's good. So definitely, man, y'all check out your local indie promotions, man. CCW, they call themselves the last territory, and they're good, man. Like I say, the first time I ever saw Mick Foley was at a CCW event a couple of years ago. Gangrel frequents them a lot. It's funny. So here's the thing. So I was at because I never said this, but the CCW arena is literally like 3 blocks away from where I work. So when I put it in the GPS and I'm like, well, why is it taking me this way? And then when I realized where it was, I'm like, oh, this makes all the sense in the world now, because there's a Dunkin' Donuts by where I work, and I went there and I saw Gangrel one day. And he told me he was working out, around the corner. I never knew that's where he was talking about until I go there and then I see his picture on the website and everything. So you never know like what's right around the corner from you, because they are legit around the corner from where I work, man. So I'll definitely be going back to a bunch more. I just love it. And hopefully, you know, me and Venkat could get up and go to a show. Yeah, it's fun, man. Just it reignited me. It just made me like it. Yeah, ain't nothing better than wrestling. I mean, hell, y'all look at my whole debate style. It was I was a wrestler in the debate league. Like literally, that was my whole approach. So I see Venkat came back. Oh, y'all check out my cup too, man. My partner Chuck made me a straight talk with Trevor. Let me get the.
I was noticing that earlier. I was like, oh my God, that looked like this on the cup.
Yeah, he made me a straight talk with Trevor cup. He actually just flew in yesterday, and then on the back, you see what it says. Always seek out the truth for yourself, because if not,
that's
victim
awesome.
to other people's interpretations of it. So
That's awesome.
Yeah, man, that's
And I see the flowers made an appearance again.
No, because the green screens, I got a green screen now, and it's just annoying because I move around a lot, so I keep bumping it and everything like that. When I really don't have anything to do, I need to position it the right way.
You can't keep a good flower down.
Yeah. So when are you yeah, you guys gotta come up with a day to do the show, because we figured out something to get you to be able to get into the StreamYard so you can set it up and everything, because I know with a show like that, see, so because here's the thing, like y'all know that I shoot from the hip on a lot of stuff. Like a lot of times, you know, it's just me going with stuff out of my head. So I don't put that type of preparation into my shows. So Man Talk Monday is a flagship show. That's literally the chat drives that show, the chat or whatever topic we may have for the day, and then we'll go off into something else. The Wrestling with Reality show, the topic normally drives that. But when you're talking about Venkat and Mike and MD doing a political show, that has to be done justice. And I'm saying me personally can't do it the justice that it needs to be done to pull up this story or do this story. So once we get that situated, you know, Venkat and Mike MD, they'll take care of that. And you know, I'll just be in the background. So
oh no, we got to have you on the show too. We need your perspective on this.
Well, yeah, I'll be on the show, but as far as like running the controls, you know, that's going to be all you, because I can't.
Oh yeah, no, that's good. That's good. No, that's good. I'm looking forward to it, man. I mean, every mind involved is potent in their own way, and every perspective is vital. And we need to get these kind of topics going. Yeah. So that it becomes regular verbiage that happens. You know, it just doesn't happen enough, and we're not focused on it as a community, and we don't see the importance of it, and that's the biggest tragedy of it all. So I want it to be more commonplace, and I need people to start understanding how important politics is. I don't know everything, and I'm not the be all end all god of politics. It's nothing like that, but you need to have that conversation. It just needs to happen. You know, we know all the football players' positions and the stats, and the basketball players and the points per game, and we know all these things, but we don't have a goddamn idea who our representatives are locally or on the federal level. We don't understand the stakes that go involved with the different things that are on the ballot, and those are the things that really dictate how the quality of your life is going to be. Yeah.
So you ready to get into that arena with Mr. Argument himself, Mike?
Which one, Mike or MD?
Well, see, MD just gives you a point. Like he'll just give you a point. Mike wants to argue a point to win.
I think MD is pretty potent.
Yeah, MD. Yeah, I could. Yeah, MD will be like, he'll ask you a question, and he'll be like, all right, then
Yeah.
Mike gonna make you say that he's right. Like
Yeah.
he ain't gonna stop until you say he's right, and that's But so
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
y'all.
Contrary to popular belief, I don't really care about right or wrong. I just want to get to the right place. So if I don't have the answer, then I want the answer from somewhere. It doesn't really matter where it comes from for me. I just want the truth. I just want the right direction to go. I don't need to. I wouldn't never want to stay in ignorance. I think a lot of people they treat politics like sports. It's my team, and they go with everything, every disastrous thing, every disastrous policy, every disastrous episode of bills that they're making, and it just doesn't make sense. I vote democratically, unfortunately, because the other side is just inept. So I would love for a more vibrant Republican Party that actually has something to offer the electorate, but they don't. So, we got to keep going. But that doesn't give the Democrats a pass. We need to call them out for their thing.
You got a
At the end
mic
of the
hooked
day,
up? You got a mic hooked up or something? Because it sounded
no,
like it's doing like a horn or anything.
no, that's not me.
Hold on.
Like, I'm putting myself on mute right now.
Oh, what is that? Oh, okay. It was mine.
Yep.
Yeah. You guys can hear me? Yeah.
Yeah, I can hear you now. Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, it's important, man. The politics needs to be talking about. There's a lot of issues that need to be spoken on, but I think we don't in the black community and in general, people are not talking about it. And there's a lot of things that are happening that we're not seeing that we need to bring to light. And it would just be interesting just to have these discussions, because Fox News, NBC, and all these CNN, they can all do their report, but that's their report and that's their way. We have a different perspective, and it'd be nice to get it from our angle,
When on Monday's show, like when after Monday's show, I told Nene, I was like, yeah, I said, we got to get this political show. Like I said, because the way Venkat came up there and checked them, I was like, first of all, it was, because I'm like, you don't, like, you'll pop in the Monday show, but you never like, hey, drop the link and you come up there and you're like, no, this is what's going on. I'm like, oh crap. But when you came up there and you like start asking those questions, I'm like, yeah, this is definitely needed because I mean, we have all these. I hate to call them, we have these religious nuts, man, that they think that everything is gonna just imaginarily happen, and it's crazy. So
yeah, you got to make the progress happen, and the Democrats don't need to be Mr. Perfect, and the Republicans shouldn't get a pass of just being anything but a Democrat, and that's enough to vote for them. I think it's ridiculous. You need to hold people accountable. You need to hold politicians and parties accountable that when they do something that's not in the interest of the majority of the people in the country, they need to suffer the consequence. And one of the biggest ways to make them suffer the consequences is through elections. Politics is definitely important. We would have had a better healthcare system today had people not ignorantly bash so-called Obamacare and got into the dialogue. They were busy talking about made-up things like death panels, where there was a panel of people that decide who live and die, which was never the case. And we spent way too much time on that. And in the meantime, we didn't get a bill that was strong enough to support us. And then you fast forward 10 years later, and coronavirus happened. And you have all these people that are uninsured. And we could have had the answer to a lot of these health issues before 2020, in 2010 when we were doing Obamacare. And the dumbest part about it all, the biggest opposition were Republicans. Republicans. And to this day, in the last several years, actually, they were the ones saying they love the Affordable Care Act. The problem with that is the Affordable Care Act is Obamacare. And they can't live without it, and they love it. But you could have been in the room making and crafting a better bill in 2010. But because you're on my team is Republican, my team is this, my team is that, and you just went with what the politicians of your team said, rather than holding their ass accountable. People are not looking at politics properly. They're looking at it in a weird, dysfunctional way. People hide their racist views and their corrupt mindset in politics. And they also do it with the Bible too, church. So these are conversations I would love to see happen more. And we need to do that more often.
Well, you know what I say. Just as long as we got an opening, just let's do it, man. I mean, hey, I got the time now. So what I'm gonna do now, because I need, there's certain things I wanna go back and grab off of old shows and put them up as like shorts and little video clips and stuff. So now I got the time to actually do that. But yeah, man, we just got to come up with the day and and get it going, man. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, I'll be speaking with Mike, and I'll be speaking with MD, and hopefully we can coordinate something. Yeah, because I really want to do. I've been wanting to do this like for at least the last 5 years at least. And I always thought maybe I should speak on something or just get my view out there, but maybe now is the time.
All right, well, that's all I got. So we're gonna go ahead and close this out. Little Mama says she wants to close the show out with me, so I'll get up with you. Yeah, let me know. Send me some suggestions on that external hard drive too, because you were saying you like good ones that you have before I go buy a piece of crap.
Yeah. All right. Have a good one, man. We'll see you next week.
Peace. All right, little mama, what you got to say? It's on you. I'm getting ready to close the show out.
I don't know.
You don't know? You just want to close the show? All right, well, Straight Talk Society, there you have it. Another tremendous episode of Wrestling with Reality. I think this is the most people we've ever had on a panel, but everybody brought their own perspectives. And peace, big shout outs to Chris for joining us. Yeah, that NXT report and that Impact report is definitely going to be needed because we're doing a wrestling show. I don't want to exclude any wrestling company, but I personally can't cover everything. So his addition is going to be fantastic. So I think that's all I got to say. You sure you don't have anything to say?
I'm sure.
You sure? All right. Well, from the Straight Talk Studios, we leave you with these words. Always seek out the truth for yourself, because if not, you'll fall victim to other people's interpretations of them. And with that, until next time, where's all my stuff? I say peace.
Peace.
Now the whole world can acknowledge me.
You'll get the shit. You'll be knee deep in shit.
I'm gonna take you home.
What?